Championship Wednesday here at San Diego Christian High School. The Brewers against the Hooks to close out the 2020 season. Before we get things going here at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Community Church, and both teams take the field 6 feet apart down both the first and third base line. We'll send it down to the field for our national anthem. It's Alexis Alfaro. The second rendition of San Diego League Baseball started with unpredictability and a season on edge. 88 games and 52 days later, what seemed like an impossible feat will end with an eventual champion. June 15th marked a new era of baseball, an 8-team field this year compared to just 4 a year ago. 252 players have played in at least one game, 110 last year. Today, a memorable season will come to a close. 51 Division schools represented, 18 Division I conferences, including all Power 5 conference schools, in 21 division schools here in the state of California, including all 3 in San Diego. 8 teams now dwindled down to 2, the C Division and Land Division champions, going head-to-head, hoping to add 2020 San Diego League champions to their resume. Hooks Brewers on tap for Championship Wednesday here at San Diego Christian High School on the campus of the Shadow Mountain Community Church. For our VP of Marketing, Mark Rogoff, I'm Cameron Izaire. The trophy is up for grabs. The Brewers, the hottest team to start the season, 6-0, which soon blossomed to 14-2 before entering the playoffs atop the Land Division at 14-6. They beat the Warriors 7-6 yesterday in the semifinals to reach this point. Kyle Carr, the heartbeat of this team, a two-way guy with the second highest batting average in the regular season. He'll be batting second for head coach Matt Burgandy, alongside a guy named Wyatt Hoffman, who's their spark plug in the infield. The Brewers under the helm of Matt Burgandy, a coach over at the University of San Diego, and in search of his second San Diego League crown after winning it a year ago in the inaugural season as the assistant coach of the Jets. On the other side, the Hooks an up-and-down season highlighted by the excellence of the Jarvis brothers. Mike Jarvis out of San Diego State, the 2020 All-Star Game MVP, and Jim Jarvis out of the University of Alabama, leading the way for a Hooks team that entered the playoffs 12-10 atop the C Division, paving their way to the final with a 7-2 win over the Wave Riders yesterday under the managerial helm of Adi Ofnir. It's a great day for baseball, as it always is. We're on day 52 of San Diego League Baseball. One of these teams will be crowned for the first time ever here in the second season of San Diego League Baseball. As the Brewers take the field, Cole Colleran on the mound, the 9 behind him from left to right. Trevor Dean had a 6 RBI day in the regular season. Junior Coleman in center out of Western Kentucky won the 28th man vote for the Land Division in the All-Star Game, with Trevor Tashenko in right. Headed to Cal Berkeley, started the season 9 for 20. Yeah, that's a cool 450. From third to first, Kyle Nevin, not just the son of 12-year MLB vet Phil Nevin, but making his mark here, an outstanding third baseman out of Baylor. And then you got the Hoffman tandem, Quinn Hoffman at short out of Harvard and Wyatt Hoffman at second out of the University of the Pacific. Those two in the infield, first time they've played together since their Cathedral Catholic days. Stellar for head coach Matt Burgandy. At first is the all-consistent Ryan Cho out of the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Catching and calling the signs for Cole Colleran is Michael Campagna out of UC Davis. Mark, what a day it's been, and wow, this is going to be a fun day of baseball.
What a day it's been, and we haven't even started yet. But yeah, a lot of excitement, obviously, a lot of anticipation here leading up to the championship game. Both teams taking on-field BP, a lot of good energy, a stirring rendition of our national anthem. Tremendous job by Alexis Alfaro, and we are ready to get underway here. As my mom told me earlier today, happy final day of school.
It's felt that way, and all summer long, a great season of San Diego League Baseball. The 2 division winners going at it for the crown. First pitch of the championship game is to Mike Jarvis, who leads it off out of San Diego State. The pitcher on the mound is Cole Colleran, seeing his 4th action on the mound this summer. Pitched last on July 18th against the Warriors, and I asked head coach Matt Burgandy about Colleran, and he said, well, the Hooks have never seen him before. He's our dark horse, and I know what he's going to give us out there.
Yeah, fastball there at 87, misses up and away. Be a left-hander here. A young left-hander, of course, incoming freshman, USD. Up for the challenge, though. Great spot there at 87.
As Colleran paints the outside corner, attended a local high school here in San Diego, Canyon Crest Academy. And Cole Colleran given the nod to start this championship game. Mike Jarvis leading things off for the Hooks. The count is 2-1, breaking ball in there for strike 2. Head coach Matt Burgandy told me before the game he just loves Cole Colleran's mentality. You just know exactly what you're going to get out of him. Never brings a fake demeanor and is always up for the task.
Yeah, and the Brewers feeling good about their pitching staff. Talked to Burgandy yesterday after the game as
Jarvis swings on that breaking ball, high fly ball to the corner and left. Back goes Dean. He'll record the first out of our championship game.
And as probably many of you watching saw yesterday, Burgandy went with 3 pitchers, 3 innings each, and Knorr, Reeder, and Askegreen. Asked him how he felt about today. He said, I feel great. He's like, I got everybody else ready to go. So you get the young Cole Colleran out there. Kind of interesting matchup against the veteran Dylan Potgeiser out of the University of the Pacific. So a little bit of a contrast there in starting pitchers, but I'm sure Cole Colleran, even with a little bit less experience at the college level, will compete and battle and do great today.
As Otska can't hold up on that pitch from Colleran, count 0-1. And if you're doubting Cole Colleran's ability to perform on the biggest stage, his freshman year he pitched at Petco Park against Sage Creek. He knows a little something about these big moments. As Otska chops that one to first, Ryan Cho will take it himself. There's 2 down here in the top of the first.
Yeah, good job by Colleran thus far, of course. 2 quick outs, and yeah, obviously the Padres do a great job inviting high schools every year to Petco. I think this year was obviously a little different, but you know, they rotate high schools around the county, getting to play games there. Actually, when I was a JV coach at Scripps Ranch High School back in the day, the year I did it, we got to play there. The varsity team did. Fortunately, the varsity coach asked me to come up and coach with him, which was very nice. But yeah, Padres do a great job bringing local youth to the ball yard to play on a big league field.
Yeah, it might just be scheduled as a normal game in the high school season, but whole different pageantry when you're playing in a big league ballpark.
Absolutely.
The 1-0 is Shane McGuire. Shane McGuire out of the University of San Diego. He batted .135 during the regular season, facing what will be his future teammate at the University of San Diego in Cole Colleran. 2 walks yesterday in the 5-run win over the Wave Riders. So Colleran locates the strike zone on the outer half. That counts 2-1.
Yeah, and obviously nothing to hide. You know, we were supposed to play our All-Star game this year at Petco Park, but due to the circumstances around the world, that was not in the cards this year, but we do hope to be back next year. Fastball at 88 there from Colleran.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Shane McGuire. The veteran against the youngster. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball that just misses inside, count full. Head coach Audie Offner told me before the game that he loved how his team executed the plan at hand in yesterday's win over the Wave Riders. That was a semifinal win that sent this Hooks team to the championship.
Great pitch.
That's strike 3 on the inside corner. Great start from Cole Colleran. A 12-pitch scoreless first, goes 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the first, leading off for the Brewers, Wyatt Hoffman, Kyle Carr, and Quinn Hoffman. We're in the bottom of the first. You flip the script over to Dylan Potgeiser, who's given the nod for head coach Audie Offner to start this championship game. Pitched last Thursday, 17 innings of work under his belt, actually won the ERA title, gave up no earned runs, only 1 unearned run, 19 strikeouts to 7 walks, as he's retired 11 of the 17 leadoff batters he's faced so far this summer. Wyatt Hoffman will lead things off for the Brewers. The 9 behind Dylan Potgeiser out of the University of the Pacific. From left to right, Tora Otska, Mike Jarvis, Garrett Bavacqua from third to first. Kevin Sim, Jim Jarvis, Zach Schwartzberg, and Austin Schroeder, both incoming freshmen, headed to Gonzaga University, patrolling that right side. Catching and calling the signs for Pottgeiser is Shane McGuire. So hey, a future WCC matchup with Cole Colleran on the mound for the Brewers and Dylan Pottgeiser on the hill for the Hooks.
Well, and how about this? We get a Tiger-Tiger matchup to get things going. Tiger versus Tiger. Tiger wins.
Yeah, any University of the Pacific fans watching this one, you get a win either way. As he deals to Wyatt Hoffman at the top of the Brewers order, locates that inside corner at 89.
Good start for Pottgeiser there. I love this little Pacific battle to get things going.
As Hoffman rolls that one down the left field line, it's fair off the third base bag. Wyatt Hoffman will stop at first, so leads this game off with an infield single.
Yeah, ball not hit very hard. Frankly, if he didn't hit the bag, I think it would have been over it. Still a fair ball. Probably would have beat it out, so nice job by the leadoff hitter to get on base.
Wyatt Hoffman went 2 for 4 in their 7-6 win over the Warriors yesterday. A big part of that was scoring 7 runs in both the 4th and the 5th inning combined. As in steps Kyle Carr. I mentioned it in the open, this guy's the heartbeat of this team. Second highest batting average among all active players in the regular season at .415, but struggled yesterday going 0 for 4. Headed to the University of San Diego in the fall. It's Carr, big hack at that changeup from Pottgeiser. Caught up with Dylan Pottgeiser before the game, and he said he's developed that changeup all summer, and well, that's his favorite pitch coming into this one.
And I caught up with Dylan Pottgeiser before the game, and I just had one thing to say to him. I said, I just want to let you know, we're all counting on you. It's a line from the movie Airplane, for those of you listeners not aware. Phenomenal film. He claimed he had heard that line before,
Really?
actually. Yeah, he knew about the line. He said he's never seen the film, but he said he had heard that before.
The count 0-2 to Kyle Carr, with Wyatt Hoffman at first after the leadoff single. That fastball at 90 misses outside. Yeah, Dylan Pottgeiser said he'd feature that changeup, cutter, and fastball in today's game.
Very nice. Obviously, Kyle Carr at the dish has pitched this summer as well. Was told he will not be pitching today among the rest of the available guys.
Carr sharply hit into right field, a grounder for a base hit, so the Brewers open up this championship game with back-to-back singles.
Good start. The Brew Crew. You know, I was thinking too, you talked a little about the coaches, and we've talked about the pitchers being lined up. Hooks are in good shape with their pitchers too. I don't think either coach is going to outcoach the other team. It's just going to come down to talent and maybe a break or two, maybe some luck, but 2 evenly matched teams. And I think it always shakes out the way it should. Probably the 2 best teams remaining here in the league. 1 game for the title.
It's Quinn Hoffman. Skies that one into shallow left center. Otska moves in, tracks it, makes the catch. There's 1 away.
Yeah, Quinn aggressive there, first pitch swinging. You know, runners in scoring position. Not a bad thought process, but not the result he wanted, of course.
And we talk a lot about the offensive side of the game of baseball. Didn't really outline anyone in the outfield for the Hooks because, well, they're all really, really talented. From left to right and from third to first, especially Shane McGuire behind the mound, one of the best teams defensively in the league so far.
Yeah, the uber athletic Mike Jarvis out there in center. He's going to track down just about everything out there.
As Nevin fouls it off, and if you want a vacuum cleaner at short, that's his brother Jim Jarvis.
Absolutely.
We've seen Kevin Sim be moved from first to third. Austin Schroeder getting the start at first after playing in right field in the semifinal game yesterday.
Yeah, and Kevin Sim's done a great job at third when he's been over there. Good strong arm. He's picked up with the bat a lot too late in the season. Good team, the Hooks.
As Nevin fouls it back, and you want to talk about a good team. What about the start for the Brewers? Started the season 14-2. Had 8 comebacks past the 6th inning. They're in that 14 win and 2 loss stretch, and it just looked like this team was going to roll through the season, but we've talked about the parity of the San Diego League, every team getting into a groove and kept catching up to the Brew Crew. as Dylan Potgeiser picks up strikeout number 1, freezes Nevin on that outside corner.
Yeah, fastball at 89, good location. Nice job getting 2 outs here after those back-to-back singles.
As in steps the cleanup hitter, Ryan Cho. Cho out of the University of Hawaii at Hilo during the regular season batted .250 with 8 singles, a double, a triple, and 9 runs batted in as Cho swings through that elevated fastball from Potgeiser. Cho went 2 for 5 in yesterday's win over the Warriors with a pair of singles, also drove in a run.
One of 5 multi-hit efforts in the Brewers lineup yesterday.
As Cho fouls that one off, count 0-2. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the first. The Brewers getting things started in their bottom half with a couple singles. But Dylan Potgeiser has come right back. He's retired 2 straight. With 2 away, the 0-2. Cho, slow roller up the middle, picked up by Jim Jarvis. He bobbles it. So bases loaded for the Brewers with 2 away here in the bottom of the first.
It's going to go down as an infield hit for Cho. Deep in the hole there, up the middle. And while Potgeiser does get the perfect ERA for the regular season, obviously in a little danger here in the postseason, but we'll keep the postseason stats separate on everybody.
Yeah, he told me before the game, and I asked him about that ERA title, allowing no earned runs during the regular season. He said, it's not in the back of my mind. The regular season is the regular season, and it's over with. So I choose to think about the now.
Fastball 90 almost pegs Campagna there, almost had the first run of the game. Campagna's got to lean into that one, not get away, right?
Yeah.
If you can get an RBI out of it.
Went 3 for 4 in their win over the Warriors yesterday. I think he wants a hack.
Yeah.
So that one's in there for strike 1.
Please forgive me, our game time temperature, 81 degrees here in El Cajon, 20 miles northeast of downtown San Diego. Just a spectacular, spectacular day. Not a cloud in the sky, slight breeze.
Campagna, that's a slow roller to the left side, picked up by Sim. He fumbles it a bit, but flips it over to second. So the Brewers strand 3 after a pair of leadoff hits, and now have nothing to show for it through 1. We have no score here in our 2020 San Diego League Championship game. Cole Colleran back on the hill. We're in the top of the second here in our 2020 SDL Championship game. Cole Colleran was actually written up in the San Diego Union Tribune and entered Canyon Crest Academy, put up a 0.28 ERA as a freshman, followed that up with a 1.45 ERA as a sophomore. Actually also hit .364 with 3 home runs in his sophomore season. And his head coach, Ryan Mikkonen, said, you know, Cole really just blew us away with his work ethic. That was the #1 thing to watch with Colleran, and just switched him over to a pitcher, and he's been excellent so far. He said that the University of San Diego is the right place for him, as he'll be heading there in the fall. Kevin Sims swings at the first pitch. An infield pop-up picked up by Ryan Cho. There's 1 down.
Nice quick out there. First pitch swinging, and we have 9 innings, but Just want to start thanking a few people here, especially the fine folks here at Christian High School and Shadow Mountain Community Church who had unwavering support for us to be here.
There's one away here in the top of the second. In steps Jim Jarvis. You usually see him in the 3-hole. Spoke to head coach Audie Offneer before the game. He said it was just a pitching matchup that had him put Jarvis in the 5-hole, switching him with Shane McGuire. But Jim Jarvis, an excellent talent at the dish, will get his hacks nonetheless. That's called strike 1 on the inside corner.
Yeah, and some of those names, we have Dr. David Jeremiah. We also have David Jeremiah. Jesus Rodriguez, a godsend helping us with all things. Multitasker. Greg Makita, the IT department. Mark Cooker. Phil Barrick. Brian Snow.
The 1-2 breaking ball misses high. It took a lot of effort coming into this season to get this thing going, and we thank so many people for allowing us to play live baseball here in El Cajon.
Yeah, I've got a whole list. We may not get through everybody, but the list will be published here
As
eventually.
Jim Jarvis floats that one to shallow left. Trevor Dean makes the catch. There's 2 down. Also, we jumped into this one so fast, so much excitement, forgot to talk about the umpires on the call.
Got the names today.
Right, the home plate umpires Paul Graham. At first is Mike Allen, and then patrolling third is Steve Polbrook.
Yeah, umpires have done a tremendous job too, following protocols. Doing a great job here.
As Colleran deals to Schroeder, he's gone 5 up, 5 down.
Yeah, when you get a group of people together who have a common interest, a common passion, good things are going to happen, especially when you face adversity.
Lifts that one to deep left towards the corner. Ranging to his right is Trevor Dean. So back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. That's an 8-pitch second for Cole Colleran. He's gone 6 up, 6 down, 20 pitches through 2 scoreless. What a start for the incoming freshman. Through 1.5, we're still scoreless. Bottom of the second, Dylan Pockgeiser back out for inning number 2 of work. The list is so long of people we can thank, and we're going to read some off right now.
Yeah, just a couple more. Christian High School head baseball coach Mike Mitchell and his lovely wife Arlene. Invaluable, helping us especially with the scoreboard when that was fritzing out a little bit. Greatly, greatly appreciated. And of course, we've had a tremendous summer staff as well. A group of 14. Of course, all the head coaches, assistant coaches, and it's been phenomenal. David Beezer, the athletic director here at Christian High School as well. That's all I got for now.
As Pockgeiser deals to the bottom of the order, a squibber picked up by Kevin Sim, throws across his body. Schroeder has to tag out Trevor Dean. There's one away.
Yeah, nice play by Schroeder there at first base, coming off the bag, but able to reach back and get the tag. It was interesting, seeing Sim field that one on the last play, last inning. I thought, usually you're going to see that throw go over to first, but he flipped over to second. At least I wasn't expecting it. Good thing I wasn't playing second. Or I wouldn't have been over there.
There's one away. In steps Trevor Tashenkel, headed to Cal Berkeley in the fall to play for Mike New up north batted .268 during the regular season. At one point was batting .450 to start the season. Yeah, sometimes you just got to come back to earth when you're playing in any summer league.
Yeah, ebbs and flows of a season, and there's a change up there at 80. Not just ebbs and flows, but can argue the law of averages. Things are just going to even out to some degree. I think we'll have a couple other color commentators as Tashenko goes down swinging on a fastball at 90.
That's Potgeiser's second of the game.
I think we'll have John Dolak for innings 3 and 4. And then, actually, we're going to have Dylan Smith inning 3. Joe Beck to inning 4. Okay, then we'll have John after that. But yeah, Dylan Smith is here, head coach of the Longboarders. He'll come on for the 3rd inning. Joe Beck, head coach of the Wild, come on for the 4th inning. Then we'll let Commissioner John do a few innings too, I guess, huh?
Yep. With 2 away, in steps the 9-hole hitter, Junior Coleman. And can't say enough about these head coaches. Of course, no fans, no bat boys, no base coaches. So the coaches not just coaching up their team, but at the playing or participating in the field as well at the first base and third base coach sides. As Coleman, a cue shot to short. Jim Jarvis corrals it over to the first. Through 2, we're scoreless here in our championship game as we head to the top of the 3rd. Through 2, no score between the Brewers and the Hooks in our season finale. One of these teams will hoist the trophy high in the air and be crowned SDL 2020 champions. I'm joined by Dylan Smith, coached the Longboarders this season. You get your try at some color commentating. How are you today?
Doing good, Cam. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Cole Colleran, 21 pitches through 2 scoreless, 6 up, 6 down. That's not too shabby.
Not too shabby. He's done a great job just commanding both sides of the plate. Great tempo, which we love to see in a baseball game.
Michael Jorg's going to lead things off in the Hooks' 3rd. Batting out of the 7-hole will be the future teammate of Cole Colleran at the University of San Diego. Michael Jorg, in the regular season, 4 hits, 3 singles and a double, went 1 for 1 with the double against the Wave Riders in the Hooks semifinal win yesterday. That breaking ball misses inside. What a day it's going to be today. No clouds in the sky, a cool 81 here in El Cajon, 20 miles northeast of downtown San Diego. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to Jorg. He lifts that one to left center. Ranging to his left is Dean. He'll make the grab. Good play by the left fielder, Trevor Dean. There's 1 down.
Really good approach right there, sitting on something the other half of the plate, not letting him get away with that strike and driving to the left center gap. Also a really good job in left field tracking that down. The wind's kind of pushing that away from him.
Yeah, Trevor Dean getting his work in. That's the 4th time that he's caught a fly ball out and left. The 3rd straight. As Colleran deals to Zach Schwartzberg, a squibbler to the pitcher. As Colleran finds it, over to first. And Zach Schwartzberg is going to beat out the throw. That one was very close for comfort. And Zach Schwartzberg, a hard 90 for the incoming freshman.
You love to see that in a game like this where runs are probably going to be minuscule and just hard 90s on maybe soft contact. That might get the team going, a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, we saw the momentum shifter was Austin Schroeder yesterday, incoming freshman headed to Gonzaga. A great throw from right field to prevent a Wave Riders run, and then had an RBI double later in that game. You never know who it's going to be in any given game, and when it's the summer league and it's guys ranging from incoming freshmen to guys just exiting college, you never know.
Exactly. And another nod to Cole right there after a play like that, just getting right back into the strike zone, knowing he's got a job to do.
As Bavacqua fouls it back, Garrett Bavacqua out of South Mountain Community College. 3 hits so far this summer, all 3 doubles, all in the regular season, with a pair of RBI.
Bavacqua was a really good bat in the league last summer. Loved playing against him. Pretty mature for a younger player.
Good block by Michael Campagna to keep Schwartzberg at first. The count is 1-2 from Colleran.
Campagna's been great this summer too. He's gotten a lot better from last year and just moving his body around, keeping the ball in front. One of the harder catches to run on in this league for sure. Really good arm. And he's done a good job keeping the ball in the zone.
Bavacqua swings and misses. That's Colleran's 2nd strikeout of the day as he gets Garrett Bavacqua swinging for out number 2 of the 3rd. So Cole Colleran, a 13-pitch first, followed by an 8-pitch second. 9 pitches so far here in the 3rd. As Mike Jarvis will get his 2nd look at Cole Colleran, flew out to left, back in the 1st. What an atmosphere this is. Of course, we don't have the pageantry of fans, but still pristine, to say the least. As Mike Jarvis lifts that one into shallow left center, a single for the leadoff hitter in the Hooks order. The Hooks have 2 on, with 2 away for Tora Otska.
Cole's got his work cut out here with Tora as one of the better contact hitters in the league. I would expect a very competitive at bat right here, especially knowing with what's on the line. I believe this is a USD matchup, something we love to see. This will be a fun fall matchup to watch going into this next season.
Mike Jarvis, the first hit of the day for the Hooks team after an error was charged to Cole Colleran on that late flip over to Ryan Cho. Yeah, Tora Otska out of the University of San Diego. It's always good to see current and future teammates face off against each other. A little preview for what we'll see in the fall and in some cases the spring. The count 1-0 to Otska with 2 on and 2 away. Tora Otska batted .313 during the regular season. As he drills that one, it's going to hook foul. So the count 1-1. And he got all of that one. Proposed to the plate as he dropped to one knee. But nonetheless, count 1-1.
Sending that one here to the backyards down in El Cajon. A little souvenir, even if we don't have fans. Someone probably going to find it. Maybe a dog.
Mark and I always talk about the neighborhood feel here at San Diego Christian High School. As Otska takes that fastball high at 89.
And this is what we're seeing here, a mature at bat from Otska. He knows the leverage of this situation and how much momentum this will bring. Saw with that swing, that foul ball, and now he's got a hitter's count and he's going to be ready to go.
Otska grounded out to Ryan Cho back in the 1st. With 2 on, Colleran misses high, fastball at 86, the count 3-1. Yeah, Tor Otska ended the regular season hitting safely in his last 4 and went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI and 2 singles, also walked once and was hit by a pitch in yesterday's win over the Wave Riders. Always love those stuffed stat sheets. And Tor Otska also scored 2 runs in that matchup. Otska swing and a miss, big hack at that fastball at 87.
Trying to wake the crowd up is what I like to say with that swing. Put their team ahead by a 3-run deficit with that one.
And we're lucky to say that the crowd are the dugouts here. Seen a lot of electricity in many of these dugouts all season long. The full count pitch to Otska. He's jammed, fouls it back. So Mike Jarvis at first, Zach Schwartzberg at second.
A good fastball there on the inner half. It's good to see right there, not afraid to challenge in this situation.
We're in the top of the third in our 2020 San Diego League championship game. A hole up the middle for Otska. The payoff pitch, runners go, as that hits Tor Otska. Looked like a breaking ball that got away from Colleran, hits Otska in the helmet as he'll trot over to first. The bases loaded just like they were for the Brewers earlier this game. After Cole Colleran retired the first 7 hitters, an error has sparked something in this Hooks team. A single and a hit by pitch, and now the bases are loaded for the 3-hole hitter Shane McGuire.
It'll be interesting to see how the defense plays this one. There's a lot of speed on the bases here, especially with Otska at first and Jarvis at second. A double can clear the bases easy.
McGuire struck out looking. That was to end the first. So he takes that strike on the outside corner. The 0-1 delivery. McGuire takes that breaking ball inside. Count 1-1.
Been a good job by the Hooks extending the pitch count here after a quick 2 innings.
The 1-1 to McGuire, swing and a miss. They count 1-2. Right at the eyes of Shane McGuire. A big spot for Cole Colleran. You mentioned it. 21 pitches through 2 scoreless. Now in a bit of a jam here in the third. The bases loaded with 2 away, the 1-2. Just misses inside. Fastball at 87. Zach Schwartzberg at third, Mike Jarvis at second, Tor Otska at first. The count's 2-2 with 2 away. Still no score in the early going of our championship game. McGuire floats that one into shallow left. Moving in is Dean. He can't grab it. It will bounce by him. So 2 are going to come in to score. As Shane McGuire is going to retreat back to first. He's caught in a rundown. Otska is going to head home. As Shane McGuire tries to get back to first. A 3rd run comes in to score. So 3 runs come in to score for the Hooks. And what a change. Shane McGuire, an RBI there to shallow left as it gets by Trevor Dean and then gets caught in the rundown. Otska heads up play to come in to score. It's 3-0 Hooks through 2.5. We're in the bottom of the third. Now, you don't see that a lot in the top of the third as Shane McGuire picks up a pair of RBI on that single, and then Tor Otska comes in to score off that rundown from Shane McGuire. And Dylan, we were talking about it during the break. You like that aggressiveness by the first base coach.
Yeah, just even a send right there, doing something to make these guys play catch and challenge the arms. And like we were talking about earlier, with the speed on the bases, it's always worth taking a risk like that to maybe get an extra run that pays off there. Staying on a rundown there is just a great offensive play in that situation.
Hoffman sharply hit to short. Jim Jarvis bobbles it. No play at first, so an error by the shortstop Jim Jarvis as he tried to pick it out of his glove, lost it for a second. That gave Wyatt Hoffman enough time to run through the bag at first. So Hoffman has been on base both times today after a leadoff single back in the bottom of the first.
Something the Brewers have done so well this summer is respond, and maybe that's what we're going to see right here, where there's a hard contact, right at the shortstop, but a hard contact nonetheless.
Yeah, it took them till game 18 as Wyatt Hoffman goes at that ball in the dirt. Great throw by Shane McGuire over to Jim Jarvis. That's how you erase an error. Jim Jarvis applies the tag, but what a phenomenal throw from Shane McGuire. We talk about a response. I was about to say that it took the Brewers until game 18 to lose 2 in a row.
Right.
But then that happens, the Hooks taking advantage of this early momentum.
It was a great job by McGuire bouncing it, recognizing that early and bouncing up and throwing a strike down to second base. But you got to love that by the Brewers, even chasing 3. They're playing aggressive, trying to get a dirt ball, get to second base, try to scrap together some runs. Can't be mad at the effort there.
The bat of Kyle Carr must feel good. Picks up his first hit in over a week. As he swings that sharply hit base hit to right. So a pair of singles to open up the championship debut for Kyle Carr.
Pot guys are he's just catching a little bit too much plate is what I would say. The ball's up a little bit, catching too much of the middle. These guys are getting some healthy swings off. I'd like to see him get back to the corners like he was in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, told me pregame that he wants to work that fastball on the inside and the outside corner and really work the middle of the plate with this cutter. As Hoffman fouls that one back.
I believe that was the cutter right there. Did a good job starting it on the outer half and then ending up on the corner there.
Quinn Hoffman flew out to left, back in the first. The Hooks lead 3-0. We're in the bottom of the third. The 0-1 to Hoffman. As Quinn Hoffman watches that fastball miss low at 88. One ball, one strike the count. With Kyle Carr at first. Hawkeyes are the pitch. That cutter misses away. Count 2-1. A tough guy to hit off of in the regular season was Dylan Pockgeiser. As Quinn Hoffman chops that one foul down the left field line. He retired 63% of the batters that he faced. That was 48 out of the 76 batters he faced in the regular season.
It was fun coaching him on Team C in the All-Star game. Good to have him in my own dugout and not facing against him this time. He's going to be really good at Pacific coming up this next spring.
The 2-2. Misses outside with that cutter at 80, so the count full.
Easy to recognize with the black and orange cleats in this league. Signature colors of Pacific.
Dylan Pockgeiser, one of the 3 Pacific players in this league. As Quinn Hoffman swings through that fastball at 89. That's strikeout number 3 for Pockgeiser.
And that's something I love to see by Pockgeiser there. I call that more of a drive line arm slot, high spin right up in the zone. That fastball really plays, especially when he's mixing that cutter for a strike.
Yeah, Pockgeiser joining DeFilippi and Wyatt Hoffman as the 3 University of the Pacific players. In steps Kyle Nevin, who struck out looking his first time up. Nevin, including yesterday, has hit safely in 4 straight. So he swings and misses. Count 1-1.
Nevin was teammates with Nick Lofton, a first-round shortstop over there at Baylor. Great talent to see and compete against while I was over at K-State, and I'm sure he's picked up a lot offensively and defensively from Lofton. Very well-rounded player.
That's strike 2 at the top of the zone. Fastball that flirts with 90. The Brewers trail by 3. With 1 on and 2 away. That one's bounced in the dirt. Great stop by Shane McGuire. The breeze starting to pick up here at San Diego Christian High School. Kyle Carr a single with 1 away here in the top of the, the bottom of the 3rd. The 2-2 misses in the dirt, ball 3. And Dylan, you know your pitchers. What does Potgeiser go with here?
I think he's going to go back to his fastball. He's had success with it. Got that strikeout last batter. You might see him challenge up in the zone. I think that's just going to be his pitch here. He's kind of pulled a couple cutters. I think he wants to get something back in the zone here.
With 1 on and 2 away, the payoff pitch goes with that fastball, but misses low and away. The Brewers have 2 on with 2 away. I always talk about giving Mark and John the crystal ball. Might as well give it to you in your color commentary debut.
In a situation like that, you always want your pitchers going to their best and most comfortable pitch, and right now that has been his fastball. Sometimes you always want to, sometimes you get in the cut pitching to a hitter's weakness, and we forget about pitching our best pitch.
Ryan Cho shoots that one into right. Kyle Carr comes in to score. Kyle Nevin trying to go first to third. The Brewers get on the board. It's now 3-1, and they're threatening with runners at the corners and 2 down. Ryan Cho, a multi-hit day to join Kyle Carr. Talked about it, the Brewers had 5 guys in that multi-hit category yesterday.
Good piece of hitting right there, staying inside that fastball, shooting it the other way. Cho was one of the elite hitters during the summer last year. It's good to see him have some success under the spotlight in this game.
Yeah, last year he played with the Jets, batted .356 and had 32 hits with 3 home runs. His companion chops that foul this year. Not too bad, batted .250 with 13 hits. It's good to see Cho back in the lineup. He's at first, Kyle Nevin at third. The 0-1 to Campagna. Good pitch by Dylan Potgeiser. That cutter that catches the outer half. With 2 away and 2 on the 0-2. Campagna holds up. That misses in the dirt. Ball 1.
Great job keeping that in front there. You had to expect something in the dirt to try to get a chase swing in that situation.
Runners at the corners, 2 down. The 1-2 to Campagna. Cutter misses outside, ball 2.
Would have liked to seen Cho pick up that ball in dirt early there to get runners on second and third. Base hit would tie it.
Companion RBI yesterday. He takes fastball at 90, misses low for ball 3. Good work by Michael Campagna, working the count full. With Kyle Nevin at third and Ryan Cho at first. Campagna hard hit as Nevin has to dodge out of the way. It veers foul. We'll do it all over again.
Reaction of a third baseman over there, used to the hot corner.
The count full with 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd. The Brewers get their first run on the board and now just trail by 2. Ryan Cho at first and Kyle Nevin at third. Campagna, the catcher, out of UC Davis. The payoff pitch. Campagna swing and a miss. That's a big strikeout for Dylan Potgeiser, his 4th, but the Brewers cut the deficit to 2. So through 3, it's 3-1 Hooks. Top of the 4th, it's 3-1 Hooks. New pitcher on for the Brewers after Cole Colleran goes 3 is J.J. Ritz out of the University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Played his high school ball at La Costa Canyon, a local high school here in San Diego. We had Dylan Smith on for the 3rd, and now we have the head coach of the Wild, Joe Beck. Don, how are you, Joe?
Doing well, Cam. It's good to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's championship baseball. Can't ask for much more. It's Kevin Sim leading things off here in the Hooks 4th, middle of the order. Sim takes, that's called strike 2 on the inside corner.
Early going from Ritz, he seems to be commanding that inside. Has a little bit of a cutter slider type of pitch working. There you go, extend it, in, out.
Misses with that for ball 1, so 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Kevin Sim, who popped up to the first baseman Ryan Cho in his first at-bat.
It's a good 0-2 pitch, trying to get him chased, see what he'll do here.
Check swings, fouled back. We'll do it all over again, that fastball at 86.
Played the Hooks quite a bit this summer. Kevin Sim was one guy very, very well stood out against us. He's a very good hitter, very relaxed approach. Doesn't get beat very often, so they have a good lineup in the Hooks, especially with Jarvis on deck. Very athletic top of the lineup here with the Hooks.
As Sim fouls it away. I mean, your Wild did play the Hooks to close the regular season. Well, you played them 5-6 times?
6 times, I believe.
Wow. The 1-2. This Brewers team played the Hooks twice in the regular season. We're 2-0. It's all shuffled around when you have 8 teams going at it. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kevin Sim. Breaking ball. As he lifts that one to shallow left. That one's going to fall foul. We'll do it all over again. Count 2-2.
Seemed to be the right approach there with the breaking ball. Kind of left it up a little bit. 2-2 against Sim. Feel like you'd have to go with some hard and up here or low and away. See if you can get him to chase.
Yeah, can't miss anything to Kevin Sim. Both of the times that he launched a couple baseballs out of the yard were on those slow breaking balls. 2 for 4 yesterday against the Wave Riders. Actually finished the regular season with the 1 for 3 performance against your Wild. As Ritz misses with the fastball for ball 3.
Good approach. Some with Sim, he doesn't seem to really change his approach too much, no matter the count. He looks to do damage in all counts. Handles the bat very well.
The payoff pitch, Sim, hot shot off the foot of J.J. Ritz. He can't find it in time. Kevin Sim, an infield single to open up the 4th. It's exactly what you want out of the top of your order. Mike Jarvis a single today. Tor Otska hit by pitch. Shane McGuire 2-run single, and now Kevin Sim opens up the 4th with a single of his own. As head coach Matt Burgandy will take an early mound visit with his entire infield. What do you think that Matt is, telling his team there?
I was about to say, it's a good time for a visit, It was a good, tough approach from the hitter. Good approach from the pitcher on that bat. Good baseball, kind of just got away from him. Kind of a good time to settle the team down, say, let's lock in. Probably looking to get a ground ball, play clean defense, work for their pitcher who's working pretty hard up there.
As Jim Jarvis takes the first pitch, Campagna checks on Kevin Sim at first. He slides back safely. Count 1-0 to Jim Jarvis out of the University of Alabama. Played his high school ball here in San Diego at Claremont High.
Jarvis is a guy that definitely stood out to me again this summer too. He seems like he can do a lot of things on the baseball field. Really good middle infielder. Seems like he could play anywhere on the field. Him and his brother are 2 really, really impressive hitters and also base runners too. So in this situation too, 0 outs. Probably looking to get that force out at second. It's going to be tough to turn a double play if there's something on the ground.
As Sim goes, that's low in the dirt. The throw to Hoffman is really good, but sliding in safely is Kevin Sim. What a throw. We talk about the power arm of Michael Campagna, but Sim gets there just in time.
It's good baseball. Perfect pitch to run on. Great count. 1-1 count. Pitcher's probably trying to get ahead there. Something in the dirt. Good jump. Good throw from the catcher, too.
Yeah, Jim Jarvis will be joined by Davis Heller of your Wild team after recently committing there after his unbelievable performance here at the San Diego League.
Yes, he will. Davis Heller was a great player for me, great kid. Loved having him on the team, and I'm excited for his future there. I think he'll be a great fit.
As that catches the outside corner from J.J. Ritz. The count 2-2 to Jim Jarvis, who flew out to left his first time up. That was back in the 2nd. Jarvis choking up on his bat as he does. Shoots that one to the opposite field. Denos makes the grab. There's 1 away.
Great outfield positioning there. 2-strike approach. You see Jarvis does his little defending swing. Both brothers do it. As a coach, as an outfielder, you probably see that weak side, that opposite field, probably not going to be filled with a lot of power. Takes away a base hit, a blooping base hit right there with that positioning.
Yeah, Luke Denos newly inserted for Trevor Dean in left. Then steps Austin Schroeder. Schroeder a fly out to left in his first at bat. That was to end the 2nd. As Schroeder takes that breaking ball that paints the outside corner from Ritz. Austin Schroeder really came alive in his last 3 regular season games. All 3 multi-hit performances, 2 against your Wilds. Went 1 for 4 yesterday against the Wave Riders with a 2-run double. Check swing from Schroeder. He did not go, so that's ball 1.
Yeah, I think the outfield depth is showing that they're putting a lot of emphasis on not letting that run score from second here. Probably going to, try and give up something trying to get beat deep, playing in a little. Put a lot of emphasis, keep that lead where it was at. It was pretty big for the Brewers to get that 1 back after a 3-inning. Keeps their momentum in the game.
Fastball from Ritz. That clips that outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count to Schroeder here in the top of the 4th with the Hooks up 2. Kevin Sim at second. The 1-2 delivery. breaking ball
Ooh.
right back at J.J.
Wow.
Ritz. He's going to throw it to second. The covering wide Hoffman gets there ahead of his brother. Regardless, records the out. That's a double play. Yeah, well, it's your classic 1-4 double play to end the top of the fourth through 3.5. Hooks lead 3-1 in our 2020 San Diego League Championship game. The bottom of the fourth. The Hooks lead 3-1. Luke Denos will start things off for the Brewers. We get an update on the starting left fielder, which was Trevor Dean on that dive after that bloop single by Shane McGuire. Roughed up his shoulder a bit, just a precautionary thing. Felt some discomfort, so Luke Denos enters the game in left and will bat out of the 7-hole. Denos swings at the first pitch. Fastball at 87, strike one.
Good first pitch of the inning. Pockeiser's a guy who's got a lot of movement on his pitches, mixed with a good amount of velo. Really allows him to go deep into games. Probably keep that pitch count pretty low. He's always around the zone. Impressive pitcher.
Yeah, Dylan Pockeiser in his last 3 starts in the regular season went 4 deep. The 1-1 to Denos, swing and a miss. That changeup at 80. If you can work that changeup low, that's a tough pitch to hit.
Definitely mixing with his two-seam, seems to be running. Both pitches probably look pretty similar.
Denos connects that one to shallow right center. Bavakwal ranges to his right, Jarvis to his left. Mike Jarvis makes the catch. There's one away.
Good outfield communication over there. Jarvis takes control of his outfield. That's what a good center fielder does.
And we talk a lot about development and camaraderie being the 2 focal points here in the Summer League, and it's good to see good communication. A lot of these guys getting to know each other for the first time or rekindling friendships. It's nice to see here in the championship game, both the Brewers and the Hooks, good communication so far. It's Trevor Tashenko takes that pitch outside, ball 1. Tashenko struck out swinging in his first at bat. That fastball at 89 misses low for ball 2.
Pockeiser seems to really be mixing up the hard, soft approach to the lefties. In and out. Keeps the hitter guessing here.
The 2-0 to Tashenko.
Good pitch.
Slow roller picked up by Jim Jarvis over to first. There's 2 away.
Jarvis moves really well out there in the outfield. It's a really smooth play, soft hit, in between bounce. You know, good first step, good feet. Made it an easy play for him, made it look really easy.
Again, we're joined by Wild head coach Joe Becht for a phenomenal regular season. Coming out here in the championship game, joining me on air, and we're just enjoying the game as well.
Couldn't ask for anything more, except maybe be in the game.
Yeah. With 2 away, Coleman shows bunt. He's one of the fastest players in the San Diego League. Yeah, well, Kevin Sim will let it go, roll into foul territory. So Junior Coleman will have to go fishing for his bat. The count 0-1.
It's a good time to drop one down right there. Fast runner. Third baseman probably is not expecting it with 2 outs. Great time to do it. Good idea.
Junior Coleman Spent a couple of years at Riverside City College before transferring to Western Kentucky. Won the 28th man vote, like I mentioned in the open, for our 2020 All-Star game. The 0-1 pitch, Coleman swing and a miss, fastball at 90 from Potgeiser. The 0-2 with 2 away and the base is empty for Junior Coleman, batting out of the 9 hole. That's a squibber. Dylan Potgeiser finds it, throws it over to first. That's a 10-pitch, 1-2-3 fourth for Dylan Potgeiser. The Hooks have a 2-run lead. We head to the 5th. Through 4, the Hooks lead 3-1 in our 2020 San Diego League Championship game. J.J. Ritz back out on the hill to face the bottom of the order, and Michael Jorg, Zach Schwartzberg, and Garrett Bavacqua for the Hooks. We're joined by our commissioner, John Dolak.
Good afternoon, Cam. Fantastic championship game so far.
You can't ask for much more when you have the 2 teams that won their respective divisions.
Yeah, both teams were quality teams throughout the entire summer. And it's nice to see. Obviously, there were some hot teams at the end, but you like to see these are definitely the 2 best teams playing tonight.
As Ritz misses outside for strike 1. Pardon me, ball 1.
And both teams have so many good athletes, good pitching, good defense, timely hitting. Really enjoy these teams, and it's been nice I'm sure you've been having the other coaches out, and Joe's been here, Dylan's been here. There's been such great support for the San Diego League all summer, and everyone loves quality baseball. It's just been fantastic watching all these young athletes play throughout the entire summer.
Michael Jorg flew out to left back in the 3rd. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. The pitch from Ritz. Jorg fouls it back. We'll do it all over again.
And a thank you to Cam. You were amazing play-by-play, voice of San Diego League all summer. Couldn't have done this without you. Really enjoyed having your voice representing all the San Diego League throughout the country.
It's my pleasure as J.J. Ritz strikes out Michael Jorg, his first.
I just want you to text me when it's -20 in Syracuse and say, I remember the days in San Diego when it was 80 degrees and sunny and beautiful, and now you're back in Syracuse, New York, in -20 degree weather.
I'm so used to saying it's a cool 80. I'm going to be on the East Coast saying, yeah, it's a cool 10.
Yeah, cool 8 degrees.
Yeah.
Leave off the 0.
Breaking ball from Ritz, called strike 1 at the bottom of the zone.
Yeah, and a great job by head coach Matt Burgandy and his assistant Dylan Ty, especially Audie and Troy Affner. These coaches are just, true baseball guys, and they get it, and they're leaders of young men, and that's what you want. If you have a son, you want them to play and learn from coaches like these guys, and it's just been a great summer.
Yeah, very mature coaches and always up to the task, not to just coach these guys, but really mentor them this entire summer. Zach Schwartzberg reached on an error by the pitcher at the time, Cole Colleran, in his first plate appearance as he fouls that one away for strike 2.
Yeah, I even heard head coach Matt Bergani giving you a good luck, have a great game to you, Cam, which I love to hear. So wishing the play-by-play guy a good game. I was like, Cam's going to have a great game, coach. Worry about your players.
The 0-2 misses high, fastball at 85. A lot of energy coming out of that Brewers dugout. Same with the Hooks pregame, and head coach Matt Bergandi told me before the game that this team has just kept the energy all season long, and he loves that.
Ooh, good pitch, just missing outside. Well, that was a beautiful double play ball with Ritz to Hoffman, and even better news that Wyatt didn't lose his chain, so his necklace, which came off, probably saw it in the live stream. He just went back out there searching for it at second base. Luckily, he found it.
As Ritz misses high with that breaking ball, the count's full.
Makes the double play and loses his necklace, and then finds it. So
I thought the funniest part of that double play was Quinn Hoffman was right in position, and then Wyatt comes and swipes it away from him.
yeah,
And Schwartzberg pops that one up out of play.
and they've just been fantastic to watch. The way they approach the game, both from a hitting perspective and just so impressive defensively up the middle. If I was a pitcher, I would love to have those two guys, those middle infielders behind me. They're just so solid defensively.
It was a treat to see them there on opening day, and here in the final game of the San Diego League season, as Schwartzberg fouls that pitch away.
Schwartzberg doing a nice job fighting it off.
As he awaits the 9th pitch of the at-bat from J.J. Ritz. The Hooks lead 3-1. We're in the top of the 5th. The payoff coming from Ritz. Schwartzberg fouls it back. And he just extends this at-bat.
Yeah, anytime you get a 10-pitch at-bat, it's a pretty good job by the hitter. And then, J.J. Ritz has been so consistent for the Brewers all summer long. And just battling out there, keeps pumping strikes.
The payoff pitch goes with the breaking ball, called strike 3 at the top of the zone. That's his second K of the game.
Great curveball right there, showing confidence, throwing that 3-2 hook for a strike. I love when pitchers pitch with confidence. Great job by Ritz right there.
After facing the minimum in the 4th, recording that double play to end the inning, he struck out the first 2 here in the 5th. Now dealing to Garrett Pavakwa. 0 for 1 today with the strikeout. It's called strike 1 on the outside corner from Ritz.
And Ritz just pouring in fastballs for strikes. I love him filling up the zone, as they say.
As Pavakwa takes, that's called strike 2 on the inner half.
Yeah, it looks like that fastball had a little cut to it from Ritz. Maybe he's running the two-seam, the first pitch two-seam away, and then he cut that one right there. Might come back with the two-seamer here.
Goes with that fastball, just misses outside, ball 1.
Yeah, I love how JJ works in and out. Especially when you have a really great hitter like Pavakwa up. You got to work it back and forth. You can't just lay anything over middle. He'll crush the ball.
Pavakwa pokes that one into shallow left. Back goes Nevin. So does Quinn Hoffman. Great play by Quinn Hoffman, ranging to his right. So 1-2-3 for J.J. Ritz. He's faced the minimum through 2 and through 4.5. Hooks lead 3-1. The bottom of the fifth, top of the order for the Brewers. The third time Wyatt Hoffman has led off this game, has got on base to start off the first and the third. A single back in the first and then reached on an error at short by Jim Jarvis in the third.
Yeah, Wyatt Hoffman makes his Brewers team go.
And not just on the field, but in the dugout as well pregame.
Yeah, he's a great leader, but he's been really pivotal getting on base, and that's what they need right now, down 3-1.
As Hoffman lines that one fair to left, so Wyatt Hoffman is going to take extra bases, hustles his way over to second. A single and a double for Wyatt Hoffman on the day.
And he's been on base all 3 times. Really impressive right there. He's barreling up.
Yeah, John, we talk about the leadoff hitter in most orders, and usually they only lead off once. That's at the beginning of the game. The third time Wyatt Hoffman's given the opportunity to lead off and has been on base all 3 times.
Yeah, and he just puts pressure on the defense now that he's on the base, right, because he's a threat to steal. So many things that he can do, but that was a nice double down the line. He really barreled that ball up.
In steps Kyle Carr, 2 for 2 today with a pair of singles. Potgeiser misses outside, ball 1. The pitch to Carr as he connects, skies that one to left center. The catch is made by Mike Jarvis. Wyatt Hoffman's going to tag from second to third. What a play by Mike Jarvis. But that one hits off of Wyatt Hoffman as he was hustling over to third, so he's safe there. And now the Brewers have a runner at third with 1 away.
That was really impressive from Wyatt Hoffman. I didn't think that ball was hit very far, and he had a lot of confidence tagging up and taking that extra base. Now he's on third base with just 1 out, can score on a ground ball or sac fly. But I didn't think it was deep enough, but Wyatt very confident in his speed and easily made it into third base.
And that's the kind of momentum shifter that the Brewers need. They trail by 2 as Quinn Hoffman takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 1.
And head coach Audie Afner of the Hooks having his defense play back, normal depth. They're going to concede the run for the out.
Quinn Hoffman 0 for 2 today. That's buried in the dirt for ball 2.
I like that, Dylan, asking for a new ball. Shows that he's in control on the mound right there. He's feeling confident, and he's throwing to a great catcher, Shane McGuire. Just such a good catcher, and really frames the ball well for his pitchers, works hard, and got that cannon arm as well.
The 2-0, Quinn Hoffman's ahead of the count. Slow roller foul. Yeah, throwing across the West Coast Conference realm with Shane McGuire behind the mound at the University of San Diego and Dylan Potgeiser at the University of the Pacific.
Yep. University of the Pacific on at third base in terms of Wyatt Hoffman. Gonzaga at second base. Can keep naming WCC baseball over.
Hey, you got Gonzaga at first as well.
Yep.
The 2-1 to Hoffman. Slow roller. As in comes Potgeiser. Wyatt Hoffman's going to try to come home. He stumbles in, is going to score the second run of the game for the Brewers. Wow, great hustle by Wyatt Hoffman as Quinn Hoffman is safe at first. He got a good jump at third that allowed him to come home, and Shane McGuire really didn't have much of a play after Dylan Potgeiser flipped it up high.
Yeah, the tough play is when it's in your glove like that. You kind of scoop it, and it's on the tip of your glove, and so it naturally kind of floats up in the air, which happened right there. You can't really throw a dart out of your glove, and so he, had time to maybe get a play at the plate, but he kind of threw a little bit of a lollipop to home plate.
It's Kyle Nevin. Fouls the first pitch off. It's now 3-2 Hooks.
You have to check and see if that's a single or just a fielder's choice and score. Our official score is saying fielder's choice. RBI for Hoffman scoring and Hoffman RBI reaching first base. So 3-2. Great game. What you want for a championship game.
We're in the bottom of the fifth. The pitch to Nevin swings through that off speed from Potgeiser. Potgeiser ahead of the count 0-2 with Quinn Hoffman at first and 1 away. Kyle Nevin is 0 for 1 today. The walk in his last plate appearance. Potgeiser paints the outside corner, goes with that fastball for strikeout number 5. The second time, Kyle Nevin has gone down looking. There's 2 down, in steps Ryan Cho.
Yeah, good spot on that outside fastball.
Ryan Cho, one of 3 Brewers players with multi-hit days so far. Is 2 for 2 at an RBI single back in the 3rd. Change up from Pottgeiser inside, strike 1.
Yeah, it kind of fooled me with Schroeder at first base. I just remember last game he was in right field and made that tremendous throw to the plate. We always talk all summer long, Cam, how versatility, that's, the best thing a player can have is that versatility of multiple positions, do multiple things. Just really enjoy seeing how many versatile players there are this summer.
Yeah, Schroeder, we've seen him in right, we've seen him on the mound, and now at first, Fred coach Adi Afnir in the hooks as Cho fights that one off, count 0-2. Michael Campagna lurking on deck. With 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th, the deficit is now 1 for the Brew Crew.
Yeah, Michael's been red hot, both in the plate defensively and then especially hitting. He just swings a great bat.
The 0-2 with the runner at first. Cho reaches down for that one. A chopper down the third base line evades the bare hand of Kevin Sim. So Hoffman retreats back to the bag at second. The Brewers have 2 on with 2 away. Third time that Ryan Cho has been on base today.
Yeah, good job by Cho right there, kind of taking a pitcher's pitch, putting it in play, and you never know what happens right there. Infield single. Good job. And then you have first and second, runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Ryan Cho, a 2-hit day against the Warriors yesterday, had 2 3-hit performances in the regular season. Starts off the day 3 for 3. That's called strike 1 on the inside corner to Campagna.
Big key pivotal moment, bottom of the 5th right here with 2 outs. Hot hitter Michael Campagna at the plate.
Has yet to get it going today, is 0 for 2 as he's unable to hold up that strike 2.
Yeah, he wants that back. I know Michael was intending to swing right there, just kind of got out in front. Good job by head coach Matt Berganti pulling Michael out of the box, saying, hey, relax. Still got another strike on you. Let's go. Refocus. Michael's been fantastic. His development, just such a good player. UC Davis lucky to have him.
With 2 on and 2 away, the 0-2 to Campagna. Fastball at 90, misses outside. Ball 1.
A little bit of stirring in both bullpens. Brian Marquez down the Brewers bullpen, and I know I saw a little bit of stirring down there in the Hooks bullpen as well.
Halfway through this game is Campagna on the ground, down the first baseline, foul.
And I know that you're bringing Dylan Smith back into the booth, but last thing I'd like to say is obviously we've had a great summer with the players and coaches, but the umpires have been fantastic. And I was lucky enough to meet with them in the parking lot before the game and just telling them how consistent they were all summer, and both behind the plate and in the field. They've been fantastic.
The 1-2 to Campagna. C takes that, misses in the dirt for ball 2. The 3 umpires on hand today. It's Paul Graham behind the plate, Mike Allen at first, and Steve Pulbrook at third. With 2 away and 2 on, the 2-2. Campagna, that one's on the ground to short. Jim Jarvis finds it, flips it over to second. So the Brewers strand 2, but scratch across 1 more. They now trail by just 1 through 5. Top of the sixth, the score 3-2 Hooks. The Brewers have scored 2 unanswered as J.J. Ritz takes the mound for his 3rd inning of work. They're facing the minimum through 2, and we've shuffled through the whole crew in our finale of the 2020 season as head coach Dylan Smith of the Longboarders hops back on the broadcast. Top of the order for the Hooks to lead things off, it's Mike Jarvis. Good breaking ball from Ritz, paints the outside corner. Mike Jarvis 1 for 2 today. A single his last time up. But the Hooks have been held scoreless in their last 2 after putting up a 3 spot in the 3rd. Back-to-back breaking balls from Ritz, that one for ball 1.
Jarvis has been a real pain to me in this league.
That's flared to straightaway center, but a pain in the Brewers side as well. That's 2 singles on the day.
And just like he was against my team on base right now. Wouldn't be surprised to see him try to take second. You'll see him, he likes to get into a rolling lead over there at first base and get a good jump and time it up.
I think there's a lot of guys that a lot of these coaches can, say were a pain for their teams, and Mike Jarvis batted .366 during the regular season, was tied with the 2nd most hits at 26. He's definitely one of those guys. As Ritz checks on him at first, stole 19 bases during the regular season and picked up 1 in yesterday's win over the Wave Riders.
He had a few in the All-Star game as well on Team C, the victorious team.
He also won the 2020 All-Star Game MVP. As
there
he
he
goes,
goes.
there's no surprise. The great throw by Campagna over to Quinn Hoffman, and they get Mike Jarvis. That's not an easy task. Has 20 stolen bases on the summer, but Michael Campagna, well, he thinks otherwise. They get Mike Jarvis at second. There's 1 down. That's how you change a narrative. Great throw by Michael Campagna. We talked about it when you were on back in the 4th, or was that the 3rd inning? We talked about the arm of Michael Campagna and how hard he throws.
Yeah, just throwing a strike again. Great footwork right there. Getting the ball out quick.
As Olszka swings through that changeup from Ritz.
Anything can happen in the championship game. Jarvis has been thrown out for the first time that I have seen him with my own eyes.
So Olszka takes that ball in the dirt for ball 1. What a championship game we have on tap today. It's 3-2 Hooks. We're in the top of the 6th. It's Tora Olszka. Shoots that one to left. It's going to land in front of Luke Denos. So back-to-back singles to open up the 6th. And now that throw from Campagna over to Quinn Hoffman, much bigger with 1 on and 1 away.
Just leaving the ball up in the zone a little bit right now. You can tell he's a little frustrated out there on the mound. He gets back to mixing it, getting that curveball in for strikes, giving the fastball down. You might get a double play right here. Say yellow runner at the plate.
It's a 3-hole hitter and Shane McGuire with Olszka at first. Campagna checks on Olszka. He was leaning towards second, but uses his speed to get back to the bag safely. So Tora Olszka was hit by a pitch his last time up, and now his first hit of this championship game. Some action in the Brewers bullpen as Ritz checks on Olszka.
That's a good lead over there by Olszka as well. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes and test him again. See if lightning strikes twice. Try to save a double play.
The 0-1 to McGuire. That one's hard hit to left. Another one hopper to Luke Denos, and now 3 straight singles to open up the 6th. The Hooks have 2 on with 1 away.
Really good swing there, staying inside by both lefties there going the other way.
So back-to-back singles for Shane McGuire, a 2-run single back in the 3rd, and his base runner running also scored Tora Olszka in that 3rd. So he gives way to Kevin Sim. Sim is 1 for 2 today. Takes that first pitch. He does not go. That's ball 1.
Really good at bat last inning. Ball came off hard right at the pitcher. He's put together some really mature at-bats. He's going to be a really good addition for USD.
Yeah, a lot of guys in this league headed to the University of San Diego, and a luxury for the Toreros, who already have a large batch of players that are going to be great, not just in the collegiate season, but possibly going forward into their pro careers. You have guys like Jack Costello, Kyle Carr, Michael Davini, Kevin Sim. Got Cole Colleran on the mound. A lot of Torero talent as Ritz checks on Otska at second.
A little daylight play out there. Showing his hand over there at second base. Let him know what time, when he wants the ball to be delivered over there.
The 1-1. Breaking ball from Ritz, called strike 2 at the top of the zone. The Torero's teeth of the order with Tora Otska, Shane McGuire, and Kevin Sim, and the 2, 3, 4 spots for head coach Audie Afnir and the Hooks. The 1-2 with one away. Sim, that's a slow liner. One hopper to Quinn Hoffman. Could be a pair. Wide Hoffman to Ryan Cho. An inning-ending double play sends us to the bottom of the 6th. Luke Denos, Trevor Tashenko, Junior Coleman, the 3 at the minimum, to face Dylan Potgeiser, venturing into his 6th inning of work. That's a one hopper to Jim Jarvis, throwing across his body to first, but Schroeder has to come off the bag, so Denos is safe at first to open up the 6th.
Tough play off the end of the bat right there.
Hey, a hit is a hit.
Hit is a hit.
A soft liner for Luke Denos to open things up here in the bottom of the 6th. It's always important to get that leadoff man on, especially when you're down 1. We saw that with Wyatt Hoffman back in the 5th. Started things off with a double. So in comes Trevor Tashenko, swings at the first pitch, lines that one to left. Back-to-back singles to open up the 6th for the Brew Crew, down 1.
Brewers being very aggressive early in the count.
Yeah, I spoke to head coach Matt Burgandy before the game about the Brewers' aggressive approach all season long, and he said, that's just how we're going to play. That will not change. He said their energy really just never goes down, and that won't, change their aggressive approach as the corners come in for the Hooks with 2 on and no outs for Junior Coleman.
Yeah, very even keel team. No moment has been too big for those guys, especially when we have played them. Coached very well and just very mature at bats. throughout the entire lineup.
The 1-0, Coleman swings through that off speed from Potgeiser. The count 1-1.
Coleman is a very tough player to double up with his speed.
Had him on the air during the regular season, and he was a self-proclaimed fastest man here in the San Diego League.
I would love to see that foot race between Jarvis and Coleman. I might even throw one of my guys in there. Malcolm Smith is pretty quick too.
One ball, one strike, the count to Junior Coleman. You know, we always compliment hitting, pitching, fielding, but you have to compliment base running when you're good at that. So important in the game of baseball. Also a big momentum shifter as well.
Absolutely.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count. That's bounced in the dirt. Both runners advance. And now the go-ahead run is at second base for the Brewers. At one point they were down 3-0. It's now 3-2. The count's even to Coleman.
Yeah, big opportunity here. Wouldn't be surprised. And here they come. See the infield in, especially with a green runner.
Infield in to prevent the score from third as Coleman flares that one into deep right. The catch is made by Bavacqua. Gives the runners plenty of time to tag up. This game is all tied up at 3 with the go-ahead run now within 90 feet for the Brewers, 1 away. The order is flipped.
That pass ball is very crucial right there, putting runners in scoring position for Coleman to flip something into right field with 2 strikes.
I think every team realized this in the regular season. You can't give the Brewers life.
We talked about that a lot, and you know, good teams take advantage of free bases, a little bit of momentum. You just give that to them. You don't put them away. These guys will claw back. They've been the best in the league at doing that.
The infield stays in, bounced in the dirt. Great stop by Shane McGuire. Wyatt Hoffman, a pair of hits on the day, has reached all 3 times. It's exactly what you want out of your leadoff hitter. Wyatt Hoffman struggled swinging in the bat in the regular season, a 197 average, but has really come alive in this postseason. Has 4 hits so far.
Looking to elevate here. Like to see something down in the zone from Potgeiser to get that ground ball. That cutter would be a good pitch.
The Brewers already 9 hits on the day. The 1-1 with 1 away. Just misses outside from Potgeiser, that fastball at 88. Two balls, 1 strike, the count to Wyatt Hoffman. As Potgeiser trying to locate that outside corner, but to no avail. As Brian Marquez for the Brewers trots in from the bullpen, all indications is we'll see him in the 7th. The Brewers trying to take the lead as Wyatt Hoffman skies that one to center. It's going to be a race as Trevor Tashenko will tag up. The throw from Mike Jarvis is offline. The go-ahead run is pushed across by the Brewers. They lead 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th. The race to the plate was won by Trevor Tashenko. That throw from Mike Jarvis had enough distance, but a little off kilter. And now the Brewers lead by 1 with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. 4 unanswered.
It was a great at-bat there, taking a couple tough pitches low and away, waiting for that something up in the zone to do just enough.
A lot of times on air we talk about manufacturing runs. You're down by 1 and then a pair of sac flies as Kyle Carr lines that one to straightaway center. His 3rd single of the day. The inning stays alive for the Brewers, up 1. And now in comes Quinn Hoffman. Fielder's choice RBI, his last time up. The 0-1. As Hoffman shoots that one toward the first base dugout. It's good we have our fences in front of the dugouts, as I think everyone in that Brewers dugout flinched.
You know, Kyle Carr has been what I call kryptonite to the longboarders this summer. Couple home runs, triple, probably close to double-digit RBIs just against my squad. Really mature hitter for an incoming freshman.
Do you want me to read out his actual statistics against your longboarders team?
Let's hear the nuggets.
So he had 3 3-hit performances on the regular season. 2 were against your longboarders team, so he had 6 hits out of his 22 in the regular season against your longboarder squad. As Hoffman takes that pitch in the dirt, the first time the Brewers played the longboarders, he had a single, a double, and a home run with 4 runs batted in. Followed that one up with a single, a triple, and a home run, and 2 runs batted in.
Still hurts.
Hurts just as much when you're hearing it back. Potgeiser ahead of the count, 1-2. Hoffman fights off that pitch from Potgeiser.
Back in the day, I did actually coach Kyle Carr in the San Diego show when he was about 12 years old. Did it all back then, too. Electric center fielder. Great left-handed arm on the mound. He's developed into a great player.
With 1 on and 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. The 1-2 pitch. Hoffman, that's a slow liner. 1 hopper. Jim Jarvis, a hop throw over to first. A little too slow as Quinn Hoffman's going to be safe at first. Back-to-back singles for the Brewers with 2 away.
Great effort there. Trying to make the staple Jeter play.
He almost posed in the air, as that'll bring out head coach Audie Offner. Looks like the day will be done for Dylan Potgeiser. Well, Potgeiser's going to put the ball back in his glove. I think he thought his day was done. But instead adjusts the hat and is joined by Audie Offner and his catcher Shane McGuire. Now at 12, did you always know that Kyle Carr had so much potential?
Absolutely. Even at that age, you can tell when a kid has that type of talent. And it wasn't because he was oversized. He was still a smaller guy, and he was just a really good player. Ball came off his bat differently, came out of his hand differently. Work ethic was there, too, and a great family.
The bullpen is busy for the Hooks. That's Connor Kinney out of Tufts. But head coach Audie Offner elects to keep Dylan Potgeiser on the mound to close out this inning, with Carr at second and Hoffman at first. That misses in the dirt for ball 1. The 1-0, Nevin slices that one into the corner and right. Bavakwa makes the grab. The Brewers take their first lead of the game as we're through 6. To the 7th we go. Top of the 7th. We're 2/3 of the way through our 2020 championship game. One of these teams will be crowned. The new pitcher on for the Brewers is Brian Marquez. That one's chopped to second. Wyatt Hoffman ranges far to his left, makes the throw to first. There's one away, so J.J. Ritz turns it over to his teammate at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. Records that first out, his first pitch.
Great job by a relief pitcher right there. That's what you love to see as a coach, coming in right out of the pen, right away getting your first pitch strike, one pitch out. Couldn't be happier.
Brian Marquez has that changeup and sliders, working on a curveball this summer, and his fastball as well. He spikes that one in the dirt for ball 1 to Austin Schroeder. Marquez the delivery. Schroeder sends that one to straightaway center. A can of corn for Junior Coleman, 2 down.
You see Tora over there in the Hooks dugout, walking up to the players in the hole on deck, giving a little bit of scouting report, which is something you'd love to see from one of the older, more mature guys that have had a lot of success in a pretty elite level of college baseball. It's good to see over in that dugout. Loved playing against him, and loved having him in the All-Star game as well.
As Michael Jorg slices that first pitch foul. Yeah, good to see the veterans just encouraging their team and giving them scouting reports, like you said. Of course, all these hitters coming up to face these Brewers pitchers, so
slowing the game down for some of these younger guys, especially now when they're chasing one. Just making sure these guys aren't coming out of their body, taking bad at-bats, trying to press themselves to win the game with one swing.
Brian Marquez, 16 innings under his belt in the regular season, posted a 4.50 ERA, 15 strikeouts to 11 walks. So he deals to Michael Jorg with 2 away to start off the 7th. Jorg chops that one to second. Routine play for Wyatt Hoffman, the quickest of innings for Brian Marquez. 6 pitches, 1, 2, 3, sends us to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the 7th, the Brewers lead by 1. Ryan Cho, Michael Campagna, Luke Denos, the 3, to face the new pitcher on for the Hooks. That's Connor Kinney out of Tufts University. Connor Kinney, usually a starter, but pulled into the relief position here in the championship game, relieving Dylan Potgeiser. The 1-0 to Cho, he swings and misses that fastball at 87. Ryan Cho is 3 for 3 today, all 3 singles. His only 4-hit performance of the season came back in the 9th game for the Brewers. Had 2 singles, a double, and a triple in that game as Connor Kinney misses with that breaking ball. It hits Ryan Cho on base for the 4th time today.
Just kind of letting that breaking ball get away from him. Didn't get that thing out front, but really good job by Dylan Potgeiser today. Really competitive kid. I know he wanted to stay in there and finish that last inning, not worrying about a pitch count, but really just wants to compete and give his team everything he's got.
Campagna fouls it back. Yeah, really good 4 for Dylan Potgeiser. Got away from him in the 5th and the 6th, but still kept the deficit for the Hooks at 1 when he exited the game. So the Brewers still left a lot of guys on base and gave his Hooks team the opportunity to come back in this one. With Cho at first and no outs, the pitch to Campagna is fouled away for strike 2. Yeah, a lot of times when it comes to starting pitchers, it's not just about having a really good outing, it's also exiting the game, giving your team the lead or giving your offense the opportunity or a opportunity to take the lead in the latter innings.
He's complaining about a balk right there as he dropped the ball. Umpire explaining that the ball was not in play yet because it was a foul ball right before then.
The 0-2 to Campagna. Off speed, that's fouled back.
He's got to do a good job with the put-away pitch right here and possible double play ball, something down in the zone. Good job settling back in after that first batter.
The Brewers lead by 1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 1 on the 0-2. Campagna hot shot off of the glove of Kinney. Great concentration by Schwartzberg. A double play. Wow, Zach Schwartzberg had to stay with that ball after it ricocheted off Connor Kinney's glove, stepped on the bag at second, then fired it over to his future teammate at Gonzaga.
Those ricochets can be pretty tricky sometimes. And most of the time they don't end very well for the defensive team, usually sending the ball into a no man's land where nobody's covering. That time they get 2 out of it.
How about a 2-hopper for Zach Schwartzberg? 1 off the glove of Kinney and 1 off the dirt. So there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th. In steps Trevor Dean. Or pardon me, Luke Dennis. Trevor Dean coming out of the game earlier. Luke Dennis 1 for 2 on the day. That was actually the 3rd time today that Michael Campagna has grounded into a double play.
Pretty unfortunate there, but pretty good at bat by Campagna with 2 strikes for sure. Hard hit ball up the middle, got unlucky with a deflection of the second baseman.
Dennis, a single his last time up. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Dennis sends that one to shallow left center. In comes Mike Jarvis, so Connor Kinney faces the minimum after hitting Ryan Cho to start off the bottom of the 7th. We head to the 8th. Brewers lead 4-3. Top of the 8th, the 8, 9, and 1 spots in the Hooks order to face Brian Marquez. Correction on a call I made last half inning. Michael Campagna, that's actually his 3rd ground out, not into a double play, but his 3rd ground out on the day. Nonetheless, the Brewers lead by 1, and they're 6 outs away from being crowned the 2020 San Diego League champions. We're rejoined by head coach Joe Beck of the Wild. We thank Dylan Smith for hopping on the broadcast for 3 innings, and Joe, we're hoping you do the same as that one catches the outer half.
It's good to be back on the mic again. Finish this game out. End of a great season here. Seems we're primed for a good finish here too.
Yep, a 1-run game.
It's a big at-bat for the Hooks. Get this leadoff guy on base. He's got some good speed, put some pressure on, give him a lot of momentum. Good time to generate 1 run.
Schwartzberg a double, his first time up. Also reached on an error. Or pardon me, he's reached on an error and struck out, so he's hitless today, playing second base for head coach Adi Afnir. The 2-2. Schwartzberg sends that one to deep left. Luke Denos makes the catch. The Brewers now 5 outs away from a championship.
The left-handed pitching of the Brewers today seem to have pretty good command of the mound. Both guys have been working inside and out. Both pitchers seem to throw across their body a little bit. That was a very good location. Just got in there on that bat, just enough to get that, pop out. Easy can of corn.
And now the pitch to Bavacqua. Garrett Bavacqua. He's 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a pop-up to Quinn Hoffman. Bavacqua bends away from that. Misses inside for ball 2. This Brewers team, they're familiar with 1-run games. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Bavacqua slices it foul. And their 6-0 start to the San Diego League summer. 5 out of those 6 games were 1-run games since then. In their final 14, only 1 was decided by 1 run.
I think for most teams it's been the difference of the summer. A lot of those 6th, 7th, 8th. I know our team, we had carried leads late in games and may have come back and blown a lot of leads. I think the Brewers have clearly been the best team at taking advantage of those close late innings of the games, and it's really paid off. I think today's been a great example of execution and how well the Brewers can really, they don't leave their runners on base. Just the last in the 6th inning when they scored those 2 runs, they had runners on third base with less than 2 outs, and their hitters didn't do too much, just a couple sac flies, and it's a difference in the ball game right now.
Bavacqua watches that one all the way through, takes the base on balls.
Big at bat there. Great approach, lefty-lefty, that's tough.
First time he's been on base today as the order is turned, and probably the biggest part of that at bat is Bavacqua gets on for probably the most dangerous top 3 in the San Diego League, or top 2 with Jim Jarvis at the 5th spot in Mike Jarvis and Tora Otsuka.
Definitely not the guys you want to see with some pressure on. Tough to beat, athletic, contact hitters. See how it goes.
Mike Jarvis sends that one to deep left center. Back
Wind's
goes
carrying.
Denos. He's tracking it. The wind does carry it. Falls between Coleman and Denos. Hustling over to third is Bavacqua. So the Hooks have 2 in scoring position. That one gets away from Kyle Nevin, but Bavacqua retreats back to third. Well, that looked like a lazy fly ball that just kept carrying. Fell between Denos and Coleman. We talked about communication earlier on in the game. Mike Jarvis placing that perfectly in deep left center.
Yeah, it seems the wind's picking up here too, just as, maybe as that ball left the bat, may have affected that route of that ball, and maybe the communication, maybe Coleman thought that was left fielder's ball, and left fielder may have thought that was going drifting towards Coleman, and costly lack of communication right there.
This entire summer we've talked about key critical moments. Now the go-ahead run for the Hooks in the 8th is at second. In steps Tora Otsuka. Otsuka single his last time up. As he sends
There you go.
that one to deep left
Same type
center.
of play.
Dennis is going back. It
Ooh,
will go
same play
over his
again.
head and drop to the wall as the Hooks push across the go-ahead run. It's a 2-run double for Tora Otska. That one's clutch here on the top of the 8th.
It's dangerous, just as we were saying, those two hitters too. You know, Tora wasted no time there. Saw a good one he liked and went with the pitch. Same result as almost identical ball as the last play.
So Mike Jarvis and Tora Otska locate that gap in left center. Now Tora Otska at second with the Hooks up 1.
And McGuire's been living in that direction too. His past couple of bats has been on low line drives, but it seems that the Hooks are mature approaches and taking their hits and using the opposite field incredibly well.
As that gets away from Marquez over the head of McGuire for ball 1. Shane McGuire is 2 for 3 today at an all-star season. Played for Team C in the 2020 All-Star game. A 2 RBI single that was back in the 3rd. His base running also resulted in a 3rd run. And now the Hooks lead 5-4. So Tora Otska has driven in 2 and scored 1. The momentum shifting here in the 8th.
I don't think this game is over either. Momentum may shift, but these are two teams. This might be prime for a bottom of the 9th finish here.
And John, in our semifinal game, talked about the rotation of the pendulum. It's going back and forth between these both teams.
Ooh.
That fastball misses up at 86 for ball 2.
It's a good looking pitch there. Good approach. Tough to lay off. Good way to lay off it.
As Marquez steps off.
Been a few pickoffs at second base today. Haven't seen it too often this summer, but Hoffman brothers seem to have good communication, good twin telepathy out there, and good feel, and using it pretty well.
As that misses outside. The count 3-0.
It'll be interesting to see if McGuire gets a green light on this pitch here. He's been swinging it well all day. Big run in scoring position, less than 2. Could be a good time to be on time for a good fastball here.
Doesn't have a 3-hit performance all summer.
It's a good take.
Marquez paints the inside corner for strike 1. Three balls, 1 strike the count to Shane McGuire. As he fouls it away. A bit early on that fastball from Marquez. There is action in the Brewers bullpen. Looks like Parker Askegreen. Tora Otska at second. The big 2-run double puts the Hooks up. McGuire fights off that full count pitch. Now, we've talked about our afternoon breeze all summer long. It's blowing through heavy today.
Feels pretty nice up here after beating down sun first couple innings.
The payoff pitch. McGuire rips that one to deep right. Back goes and diving is Tashenko. That one's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Otska's going to come in to score. Shane McGuire's going to try to go 3. Wow, the Hooks bat's coming alive. As he's safe at third, Nevin dropped the ball. It's 6-4 Hooks. A double and then a triple. The Hooks turning this one around in the 8th.
It's a big time triple. Now pass ball, fly ball, gets that run in, another extra insurance. It's all the difference.
McGuire, have yourself a day. 2 singles and a triple. He's 3 for 4. As head coach Matt Burgandy's going to point down to his bullpen and make a change. Brian Marquez's day is done. In comes Parker Askegreen. A 3 spot put up by the Hooks so far in the top of the 8th. They lead 6-4. The new pitcher on for the Brewers is Parker Askegreen out of Palomar College. He pitched yesterday against the Warriors, a 3-inning save, allowed 2 hits, 5 strikeouts, and gave up 2 earned runs. The workhorse for this Brewers team, hungry for more innings in this championship game as Matt Burgandy brings his infield in.
3-inning save yesterday, coming out in a big situation here. Takes a gritty kid to come out and perform in this situation. That was a really good first pitch. Seems like his slider is working well today.
Kevin Sim already a single today as that's buried in the dirt.
A tough at-bat. A well-grinded-out performance on the mound for this at-bat. Get the out, save the run. Brings momentum back to the Brewers.
The 1-1 Sim swings through that breaking ball from Askegreen for strike 2.
It's a good pitch.
Well, Shane McGuire needed all of his wheels on that triple. Good cutoff by Wyatt Hoffman over to third, but Nevin just dropped the ball.
Would have been a bang-bang play. I wasn't sure if he was in, but it looked like Mike over there was ready to call him out if that ball was a good
Sim
swing.
drills that one to straightaway center. Coleman's going back. That one's going to bounce over the wall. It's now 7-4 Hooks. The second hit of the day for Kevin Sim, and now a 4 spot here on the top of the 8th. Well, when you hit it to the deepest part of the field and it's a one-hopper over the wall, you know you have some power.
We were talking earlier about the outfield being in to save some runs there. They may have been in there in that situation too, but past couple hitters have hit the ball in the air and the ball's carried pretty far. They might need to take a few back.
Jim Jarvis swings at the first pitch. That one veers foul down the left field line. Count 0-1.
These hitters seem to be incredibly locked in right now. Momentum's definitely on their side.
After an out, Zach Schwartzberg, a fly out to left. 5 straight base runners have reached for the Hooks. The 0-1 to Jim Jarvis. Swing and a miss. Good off speed by Askegreen on that outside corner.
I think one thing about these hitters in the Hooks in the top of the lineup is it's how relaxed they almost look. Sim, Jim Jarvis, Mike Jarvis, Tora. It's an intimidating presence for a pitcher on the mound, and they just look like they're confident and ready for any pitch, and it's tough to beat those guys.
The 0-2 to Jarvis. He takes that ball in the dirt, but he went through, so Jim Jarvis is down on strikes for the second out of the 8th.
Questionable call there, but Mike seemed to have the right view, so we'll trust his opinion.
And now in steps Austin Schroeder. Schroeder 0 for 3 today. Askegreen looks off at second. The first pitch to Schroeder, breaking ball that he fouls off. A walk to Garrett Bavacqua, a single to Mike Jarvis, and then the floodgates open for this Hooks team. A 2-run double for Tora Otska, a 2-run triple for Shane McGuire, and then an RBI double for Kevin Sim. The Hooks lead 7-4. Schroeder, that's chopped to third. Nevin has to go back for it. Throw on his back foot over to first. Great play by Kyle Nevin, but the Hooks flip the script here in the top of the 8th through 7.5. They now lead 7-4. Bottom of the 8th, the Brewers find themselves now trailing by 3. The biggest lead of the game for the Hooks. Actually have tied their largest lead of the game, which they had back in the 3rd. We saw the Brewers come back with 4 unanswered through 4 frames. Anything is possible for this Brewers team.
It's been the story of the Brewers season, and one last time, see if they can get it done.
We saw that early on in the season. 8 comebacks past the 6th inning. Trevor Tashenko, a single his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Kinney, the 0-2 pitch. Tashenko pops that one up. Moving in as Kevin Sim loses his hat, no problem. There's 1 away.
It's a big first out. Shut down any type of quick rally like that. Sucks a little bit of life out of the Brewers' dugout there. Hooks looking good right now.
The last time I said that one of these teams was 5 outs away from a championship, the Hooks came alive. As Junior Coleman steps in, trying to provide some of that damage. With the bases empty and 1 away. A sac fly his last time up. That was back in the 6th.
It's amazing how often, something an announcer or someone in the dugout says, and how quickly the baseball gods, as they say, know and jinx the game, right like that.
Yeah, superstitions on the field, superstitions in the booth. As Kinney misses upstairs, fastball 86. Wyatt Hoffman on deck, Kyle Carr in the hole. The 2-0. Coleman swing and a miss, fastball 86, count 2-1.
Be big for the Brewers to get at least 1 more base runner, try and get Carr up. Be a pretty good matchup for Carr, swinging a pretty hot bat.
Yeah, Kyle Carr is 3 for 4 so far today. As Coleman sends that one to deep center. Backpedaling is Mike Jarvis. There's 2 down.
It's a great route by Jarvis over there. We mentioned the wind. Ball directly over his head may have changed directions a little bit there. He spun completely around, found the ball correctly. Not made it look easy. It's a tough play, though.
A lot of the times we compliment the infield. You talk about the stellar center fielders in the league. Got guys like Kenny Oyama, Mike Jarvis for the Hooks. Got like Michael O'Hara on your Wild team. They have great routes out there in the field. Great ability to track that ball.
Yeah, that center field plays pretty big. Not a lot of balls carry very well to the wall. It's very important that you got a guy out there that can, track something down, both to his glove hand and his throwing hand. Jarvis is probably top of the league right there out there.
As Wyatt Hoffman takes that fastball upstairs for ball 1.
He routinely seems to be playing pretty in, even when we played him throughout the season. I bet that just has to go with his athleticism and his ability to get that ball behind, because that's a tough play. It's usually easier to come in on the ball, but Jarvis puts himself in a position to throw runners out, keep guys off extra bases, and also get to that ball that goes over his head.
Mike Jarvis has shown all season he can get a good jump on any fly ball that comes his way. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Wyatt Hoffman. As Hoffman pops that one up in foul territory, Kevin Sim calls off Shane McGuire. He moves back and drops it. Like he outran that ball, realized it, reached his glove all the way back, and just fell out.
After a long season here at Christian High School, one thing we've commonly seen is that afternoon third base play, it seems the shadows do definitely play a factor. There have been multiple games where we've seen routine plays look quite challenging, as we just saw there.
So now the count's 2-2, new life for Wyatt Hoffman with 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th. The 2-2. Breaking ball that's fouled back by Hoffman. We'll do it all over again. Two balls, 2 strike the count as Hoffman fouls it away. This is a big at-bat for the Brewers. If you want,
Hoffman's a great player. You know, he's got a high IQ, I believe. So I don't think he'll be chasing anything out of the zone, but he won't. I think he realizes that going down looking is the last thing that the Brewers need. He's going to grind this at bat out, I believe.
as Kinney spikes it in the dirt, the count full. If there's one guy that you want at the plate, it's the veteran experience of Wyatt Hoffman. Today he's reached 3 times a sac fly to put up the 4th run for the Brewers back in the 6th. It's the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Hoffman drills that one to deep left field. Back goes Otska at the wall. Ooh. It's off the wall. Extra bases for Wyatt Hoffman, just a few feet short of his first collegiate home run.
That was a great approach. He seemed to really widen out, get a little bit lower, sink it a little bit lower in the knees, and just flick the hands and found one right in front. That was a great swing.
Double number 2 of the day for Wyatt Hoffman. Got all of that pitch over the middle. Yeah, well struck by Hoffman. His 3rd hit of the day.
It's a big run out there. Second base. It's the guy you want at the plate.
Kyle Carr is 3 for 4 on the day. All 3 singles. As Carr swings at the first pitch, fouls it back, strike 1.
Mentioned Jarvis playing in a little bit. He seemed to take a few steps back. Probably the right idea with 2 outs here. Can't get beat over the head. Keep that ball in front.
Kinney the delivery. Kyle Carr swings through that pitch in the dirt. Strike 2. It's a good pitch to Kyle Carr. Was probably expecting a fastball.
Definitely not a time at the plate where you try to do too much here. You got to stick to your approach. 3 singles today. Stick to what's been working, and there you go.
Yeah, fastball upstairs at 88. The shift is on for head coach Audie Offneer and the Hooks. If you've watched the Padres at all this season, they usually do this against left-handed batters. We've seen it against guys like Cody Bellinger and Corey Seager, with Zach Schwartzberg playing in shallow right, and Jim Jarvis shifting over to his left. As Kyle Carr shoots that one to the opposite field, it will land fair.
It's a fair ball.
So Wyatt Hoffman will come in to score, and Kyle Carr hustles into second. His first 4-hit day this summer. The deficit is now just 2 back-to-back doubles for the 1-2 spots in the Brewers' order.
There you go. It's a thing of beauty. You know, first two pitches probably got a little too big out of his approach. You know, locked in for that second, took that high fastball and earned himself, just flicked his hands, took it the other way. Right back in this game, as the Brewers quite often do.
With no fans here, can't have his caddy, but brought out the pitching wedge, and that one dropped right in on that left field line.
A little bit of finesse, as you could say.
Quinn Hoffman, a single his last time up. It's 7-5 Hooks. The 1-0 misses upstairs, fastball at 87. Carr at second, 2 away. The 2-0. Fastball from Kinney locates the strike zone for strike 1.
You know, regardless if the Brewers get another run or not, it's really no surprise that they're in this position. And just the fact that they got one back after a big 4 spot like that really keeps them in the game. You know, keeps everyone up, keeps the momentum up on their side. Everyone believing that they're still in the game.
As Kinney paints the outside corner, that fastball at 87, the count 2-2.
The more you watch baseball, it just seems like the teams that consistently do that go the farthest, regardless of, you know, the talent level. But you know, the Brewers seem to be. Brewers and the Hooks are the best at that.
Quinn Hoffman lines that one into left. Kyle Carr will hold up at third. I heard you when Kyle Carr was rounding third. It's that coach's mentality.
He's got some good wheels over there. I don't know, yeah. That's probably the right idea there. Hold him up.
Yeah, they preserve.
Good hitter at the plate.
Preserve this inning as head coach Audie Offneer will head out to the mound with the Brewers having runners at the corners. There is action in the Hooks bullpen. Looks to be Graham Cartwright out of MIT.
MIT.
We got a lot of guys in really intelligent schools out here in the San Diego League.
Yeah, it was just a Harvard hitter right there, right before that,
Yeah.
too.
We have Columbia, Dartmouth. We have a few Stanfords. Most of them on your team.
Did have some Stanfords, that's right. Santa Clara, too, as well.
Yep. So Audie's going to keep Connor Kinney out on the mound to face Kyle Nevin. Now the tying run at first, second hit of the day for Quinn Hoffman, with Kyle Carr advancing to third. Nevin is 0 for 2 on the day as he fouls it off himself. You want a suspenseful final game of the 2020 season, you're in the right spot.
Couldn't ask for anything more.
It was a tight second semifinal that sent the Brewers to this championship game, a 7-6 win over the Warriors. Now they're the ones coming back. As Kinney locates that outside corner with the fastball, count 0-2.
It was a great location, and McGuire's doing a great job behind the plate, receiving that ball well. Could have been a borderline pitch, but he made it look very well in the zone there.
Kinney's ahead of the count 0-2. That bounces in the dirt, count 1-2. The Hooks, the winners of the C Division. The Brewers won the Land Division. Both got byes on Monday. Both picked up wins yesterday. They find themselves in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-run game.
Oh.
As Kinney misses outside, a delayed go from Quinn Hoffman, but that one's dropped by Zach Schwartzberg. That could prove costly. The Brewers have 2 in scoring position.
That's the tying run right there.
Yeah, it looked like a wild pitch, so Quinn Hoffman was on his way to second, but then stopped halfway. McGuire realized it, threw it over to Zach Schwartzberg covering the bag, but off of Zach Schwartzberg's glove, Quinn Hoffman reaches at second.
Kind of a slow developing play right there. It's probably the right move by Hoffman to
Fouled back
pitch.
into the glove of Shane McGuire. Probably the biggest strikeout of the summer for Connor Kinney as the Brewers scratch across 1 but strand 2. We head to the possible final inning here in our championship game with the Hooks up 7-5. Top of the 9th, the score is 7-5. Bottom of the order for the Hooks, Michael York, Zach Schwartzberg, Garrett Bavacqua. That's on the ground to Quinn Hoffman, and he bobbles it So Michael Jorg is going to reach to open up the ninth. Looked tailor-made all the way, but Quinn Hoffman couldn't handle it.
It's a great first pitch of the inning. Got him to chase a little bit, a nice little run off the end of the bat. Sometimes those are the ones that you lose focus on and just eats you up a little bit.
So now 1 on to open things up for the Hooks in the ninth, up 2. Schwartzberg swings at the first pitch. That's strike 1. Zach Schwartzberg, after reaching his first time up on an error by the pitcher Cole Colleran, has struck out and flew out to left.
Yeah, you mentioned Askegreen throwing 3 innings yesterday, 2nd inning today. Gotta imagine he's a little bit tired. It's big time for the infield and their outfielders to make a play for him and try not to extend this inning longer than it needs to be.
Do you think it matters that it's the end of the season, so the the entire summer is going to be over anyways? Is Parker Askegreen just running on fumes, or is it more that he just can't wait to get in this championship game?
I would imagine that the adrenaline's up, championship. He plays at a high level. You would imagine his competitive level is, fueling him, and power of the mind creates the body to do some pretty incredible things. So probably feels great up there, to be honest, if you ask him.
Yeah, that 3-inning save yesterday, probably in the rear view mirror. Askegreen is dealing in a 2-run deficit as the runner goes. That one's ripped foul by Zach Schwartzberg. As Michael Jorg will trot back to first. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. The champion will be crowned today. The field started with 8 teams. It's reduced to 2. The 1-2 to Schwartzberg as he chases on that breaking ball. Great pitch, like you mentioned, from Askegreen. That's his 2nd K.
It was a great sequence out of Askegreen there. Went in, slider away like that. Well done.
Well, that gives way to Garrett Bavacqua, who walked in his last plate appearance, is 0 for 2 on the day. As Askegreen paints the outside corner for strike 1.
Honestly, a sequence like that to the last hitter right there, it's kind of the difference between a team in the championship and eliminated early. It's, it's really easy to lose focus after a tailor-made ball like that error, and the fact that he comes right back and executes that sequence is huge for, the team and just success in general.
Good movement on that fastball by Askegreen, but it misses outside. The 1-1. Garrett Bavacqua, slow roller to Ryan Cho. He turns around over to Quinn Hoffman, fires it to first, over to the covering pitcher Askegreen, but safe at first is Bavacqua. So the Brewers get the lead runner in Michael Jorg. But Bavacqua beats out the throw. The Hooks have 1 on with 2 away for the top of the order and Mike Jarvis.
Well done there. Athletic play getting that lead out. It's a big time out, keeping that guy off scoring position with Jarvis up at the plate here.
What a time to have your first 3-hit performance of the summer for Mike Jarvis. His 3 for 4 today, a pair of singles and a double in his last 3 at-bats after flying out to left to start off this game. As Jarvis puts a ride into that, into shallow center. Looked like Coleman misjudged it, so it falls right in front of him. A 4-hit day for Mike Jarvis.
Honestly, a little bit surprising that this is his first 3 or 4-hit game of the summer, the way he's been swinging it and the way he consistently swung it against us. Seemed like he had multiple hits every time he played. But
this is game 89 of the summer, and that's actually Mike Jarvis's first 4-hit performance of the summer. He did have a 3-hit performance against the Wave Riders toward the end of the season. 89 games in, 52 days. That's what happens when my eyes
there you go. Hey.
when my eyes are fading away. Yeah, a lot of multi-hit performances for Mike Jarvis. It's the first time that he's eclipsed that 3-hit total as that one's chopped over the head of Ryan Cho. That's a very important insurance run for the Hooks as Garrett Bavacqua comes in to score. They erase the Brewers 1 that they put up in the bottom of the 8th.
Tora, back-to-back innings with that clutch hit. Throughout the season, I think I've actually seen that ball hit that spot over there on that first base where it takes that funky eye hop. Happened to us a couple games ago. We had a pinch hit with one of our pitchers was pinch hitting, rolled over. I think it hit that exact same spot, hopped over the first baseman like that.
A 3-hit day for Tora Otska, 4th time he's been on base, and his 3rd RBI. Swing and a miss by Shane McGuire. With 2 away and runners at the corners, Hooks lead by 3. The 0-1 to McGuire, paints the outside corner, fastball at 84.
I mentioned the resiliency of the Brewers to get one back after the 4 spot, but you could similarly say that the Hooks are just as resilient, and coming back and scoring one more and picking that back up, it's huge for the momentum, huge for the the 9th inning right there.
Great block by Companion to keep the runners at bay. The count is 1-2 to Shane McGuire. Has 3 RBI on the day and 3 hits. What about the performance of the top of the order? Mike Jarvis has 4 hits, Otska with 3, and McGuire with 3. All stars. So that misses outside, count 2-2.
It's been the story of the Hook summer, and we've been mentioning it all game, and it's a difference in this ball game.
Yeah, if you like offense, you came to the right place. 13 combined runs, 26 hits. 14 for the Brewers, 12 for the Hooks. The 2-2. McGuire fouls it off of himself. We'll do it all over again. The Hooks having runners at the corners with 2 down in the top of the 9th.
These Hooks hitters are just such tough outs. They don't chase bad pitches, and they seem to fight off a lot of 2-strike pitches. It's really tough to put them away.
Askegreen trying to limit the damage to just 1 here in the 9th. The 2-2. As McGuire takes, that one misses outside. Otska delayed steal, but swipes second. The Hooks now 2 in scoring position.
It's a great read by Tora. I wonder if that was designed or if he saw that on his own.
In the regular season, Tora Otska was 5th in the stolen base category with 11. He knows how to steal bases and has the speed to do so. Mike Jarvis at 3rd, Tora Otska at 2nd. The payoff coming from Askegreen. Breaking ball that misses low as the Hooks load the bases up for Kevin Sim.
As we were just saying, close 3-2 pitch right there. Sees it well, doesn't chase. Loads the bases for a very dangerous hot hitter right here.
Kevin Sim an RBI double his last time up. That was back in the 8th. Sim, big hack at that fastball 83 for strike 1.
Sim seems to really be looking to get into one here, as he quite often does, but could possibly be susceptible to chasing out of the zone if he's being too aggressive here.
Has 2 hits on the day. The 0-1. Sim, that's hard hit up the middle past the diving Quinn Hoffman. 1's going to score. 2 is going to come in to score. A 2-run single for Kevin Sim. It's now 10-5 Hooks here in the top of the 9th. You want a tough teeth of the order? Tora Otska, Shane McGuire, and Kevin Sim. That's 9 RBIs combined.
9 out of 10 right there.
All 3 runs coming with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Hooks lead by 5 with Jim Jarvis at the plate. The count's 1-0. Jarvis takes that pitch for strike 1 at the bottom of the zone.
7 runs in the 8th and 9th inning. Really can deflate the other team there. Really can suck the life out of you, and Should generally win you some ball games, putting up 7 runs in the 8th and 9th.
And could possibly win the Hooks this summer. So that misses outside from Asker Green. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. Jim Jarvis is 0 for 4 on the day. Kevin Sim at first. Michael Jorg at second. Pardon me, Shane McGuire at second. Jim Jarvis, big hack. That breaking ball in the dirt for strike 2. With 2 on and 2 away, the 2-2 pitch. Time is called by Jim Jarvis. What a performance put up by the Hooks. They were down 4-3, gave up 4 straight to the Brewers, and didn't waver. 7 in the last 2 frames. The 2-2 with 2 on. That's called strike 3, freezes Jim Jarvis, but not without some damage. The Hooks put up a 3 spot to extend their lead to 10-5. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Ryan Cho, Michael Campagna, Luke Denos. The last opportunity for another Brewers patented comeback. We'll be back in a few. Bottom of the 9th. The Hooks lead 10-5. New pitcher on, their consistent closer, Brandon Lilejano, out of the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Ryan Cho to lead things off, followed by Michael Campagna and Luke Denos. The Hooks looking to close this one out and be crowned the second ever San Diego League champions.
Lee Lejano's been a pretty solid closer for him all season. We've seen him a couple times. Comes in with good velo. Seems like he's been picking it up as the season has progressed too.
Yeah, has 3 saves in the regular season. Came on in the 9th against the Wave Riders yesterday, an inning of work in that 9th. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, gave up no earned runs. Looking to close this one out for the second straight game after a 7-2 win over the Wave Riders yesterday. They lead by 5 here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-1 the count to Ryan Cho. As Cho fouls it back, and you talk about a hit fest. 8 guys combined between the Brewers and the Hooks with 3 or more hits. Leading the way, Kyle Carr and Mike Jarvis with 4 hits each. It's usually the result when both teams combine for 27 hits.
No lack of offense today, that's for sure.
As Cho fouls it away, stays alive. Count stays full. Lilejano misses low. Cho heads to first.
It's a great leadoff at bat. You know, every runner counts at this point in the game. You know, one time to do what they've been doing all season, and leadoff walk is the best way to statistically start off an inning. So, see what they can put together here.
Ryan Cho has been on base all 5 times. 3 singles, a hit by pitch, and now a walk.
Not a bad OBP day.
In steps Michael Campagna. That fastball at 90 misses outside from Lilejano. Campagna fouls it back, strike 1.
Borderline pitch there within the zone. I think as a Brewers hitter, you got to make sure you're not chasing out of the zone in a situation like this, especially with a guy who's been early on in this inning, kind of behind the count. Just make sure you're looking for your right pitch in that zone.
The 1-1, as Campagna pops it up. Out of play, count 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes the count. Lilejano the pitch. Goes with that fastball elevated at 92. His Campagna fouls it back.
Run up there to 92. Some good velo up in the zone. It's a good job of Campagna there to handle that and get a piece of it. Just a couple high fastballs there. See if he tries to break them off with something low in the dirt here or something. Change the eye level a little bit. There it is.
That misses in the dirt. Count 2-2. Good look from Campagna.
Good hitting approach right there.
The 2-2. It's Campagna, hard hit down the left field line, picked up by Sim.
Oh!
Off his back foot over to second. It goes into the outfield. So Kevin Sim was ranging far to his right into foul territory. The only play he really had was at second, but it skies the leaping Zach Schwartzberg. The Brewers lead off the bottom of the 9th with 2 on.
That was a big-time defensive play there to keep that in front and get a good glove on that. I think he made the right throw there. There's really no harm there. It's good that the right fielder was there to back that ball up. Could have been a costly base to give up, so.
As Denos pokes that one into the Hooks dugout. First strike 1.
First 2 batters on for the Brewers, though. Will not go down easy.
Also, the Hooks got really fortunate that that ball that went over Schwartzberg didn't roll further into foul territory. That could have been dangerous. Cho could have taken third. Lilejano upstairs at 91 for ball 1.
A lot of pitches early on here for Lilejano. Right around the zone, though.
He misses high for ball 2. Denos 1 for 3 on the day.
Gotta imagine that all these pitchers are pretty fatigued, physically after a long season and short-staffed at times.
As Denos pops it up, goes out of play for strike 2.
As we've seen with the amount of hits today, especially late in the game here.
Let's just say that the bats woke up on the right side of the bed today.
Good day to do it.
The 2-2 with 2 on. Misses high to Denos at 90.
Brewers hitters are locked in there, though. I mentioned not chasing, and they really haven't yet. With good approaches.
With Tashenko on deck and Coleman in the hole, this inning gets extended. You have the top of the order and Wyatt Hoffman, Kyle Carr, and Quinn Hoffman waiting in the dugout. The payoff pitch misses outside. The Brewers have put the first 3 base runners on. The second base on ball is issued by Brandon Lilejano.
It's amazing what a leadoff walk can do in late innings of a game.
Second time that Denos has been on base today. Turns it over to Trevor Tashenko. Tashenko 1 for 4 on the day with the single. Skipped in the dirt as McGuire will take a second, head out to the mound to talk to Lilejano.
Good time for a mound visit there. Give him a little breather. Say, hey, lock in. Come right back with a strike here. All should be good. Good feel out of Shane McGuire there. Mature player.
We've seen it at his time at the University of San Diego. With the bases all loaded up, no outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Tashenko shoots that one to shallow left. Diving is Tora Otska. What a play! Tora Otska over to second. A double play. Wow! That's championship mentality right there from the left fielder. Oh my goodness! Tora Otska dives, and then the concentration to throw it over to second. There's 2 away.
It's an incredible play. Tora's come up incredibly big in the past couple innings here. Costly base running error there by the Brewers. Now that runner on third base should have potentially been tagging up to score there too. Could have snuck a run out at least, but costly error there.
Those plays win you championships, and the Hooks are 1 out away from reaching that point.
2 big RBI hits for Tora back-to-back at-bats, and the game-saving diving play right there. Not a bad way to end that summer right there.
The 0-1. Coleman fouls it back. And now the Hooks 1 strike away. The Jets won the inaugural season championship a year ago. With the Hooks up 5. Runners at the corners, 2 away. The 0-2 pitch. That misses high at 92. This game number 89 in day 52 of San Diego League Baseball. We've seen the ups and downs, we've seen the ebbs and flows. The Hooks a strike away as Coleman fouls it off.
Big pitch here.
The 1-2. That misses in the dirt. Coleman patient, the count 2-2.
Brewers hitters still patient. It's a very easy pitch to swing at with the pressure on. Behind in the count, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Runners at the corners, 2 away, the 2-2, check swing. That misses low, fastball at 89. So Coleman works the count full with 2 down. The count's full. Runners at the corners, Hooks lead by 5. The pitch. As Coleman squibs it to Brandon Lilejano. He barehands it over to first. Beating out the throw is Junior Coleman. Austin Schroeder actually stepped off the bag. It's now 10-6. The drama just never ends.
It's never over. Any ball in play by Coleman right there is a lot of pressure on the defense.
And now the order is flipped. In steps Wyatt Hoffman.
He's a guy you look up and he surprises you how close he is to the bag right there. Could have affected that throw right there.
It looked like it was a very close play anyway, but Schroeder did lift his foot off the bag. The Brewers have 2 on with 2 away. Hooks now lead by 4. Hoffman swings through the first pitch, strike 1.
A little bit of life, flip the lineup over top of the order here. They've been swinging it well.
The 0-1. That misses inside, gets away from McGuire. Both runners advance. Now 2 in scoring position for the Brew Crew.
It's close to a hit by pitch there. It would have been a massive hit by pitch if he caught one off the pant leg there.
Kyle Carr, lurking in the on-deck circle, has 4 hits on the day. The 1-1. That's called strike 2 on the outer half.
See if Hoffman can do it again.
2 in scoring position for the Brewers, 2 away in the bottom of the ninth. The 1-2. Wyatt Hoffman lifts that one into foul territory. Schroeder will chase it, but it will fall foul, and we'll do it all over again. Wyatt Hoffman, 3 hits on the day. The 1-2. Hoffman, that one's chopped to short. Is this the game? It
There
is!
it is.
The Hooks have reached the pinnacle from 7-9 to the top. The second ever San Diego League champions, behind a 4-hit performance by Mike Jarvis and an explosion in the final 2 frames. Audie and company, get ready to lift that trophy high. The Hooks have won it all. Ended the regular season 12-10, beat the Wave Riders yesterday 7-2, and down the mighty Brewers 10-6. We'll have the trophy ceremony for head coach Audie Offneer and the Hooks soon, so stay on the live stream. What a summer it's been. The Hooks win the C Division and win it all. The final score 10-6, signing off one last time. I'm Cameron Ezair, wishing everyone a safe and healthy rest of their summer. The Hooks, the second ever San Diego League champions. We'll send it down to the field for the photo and the trophy ceremony.